This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock blockers.
A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D., and we are live on this beautiful Monday morning right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. Super excited to be hanging out with y'all. Good morning to my Fins family and my Fin-laws. Hope y'all had a beautiful and wonderful weekend. Hey, look, I know we lost. That's okay. I had to call today Therapy Monday, and we'll have that platform later on for some of you. But we got a pretty awesome, amazing show lined up, and we're gonna talk a lot about the game and what our views of it. We got some great special co-hosts that I'll introduce here in a few. But it's gonna be a great show, and I hope you all enjoyed today. Again, my name is Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. You can also follow Miami Sports Music on all social media platforms at MIA Sports Music on Twitter and at Miami Sports Music on every other platform. Make sure you all do that. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be good stuff. Okay. Also, want to make sure that you hit the like button on your way in. Hit the like button. Okay. Why aren't you hitting the like button? It takes 2 seconds. Just hit the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your brother, your sister, your mother, everybody, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do that, okay? Also, hey, look, if you want to sign up to become a new YouTube member today, we'd love for you to become part of the, y'all ready? Family. Make sure you sign up today. We got some really awesome perks. Make sure you sign up and become a big member of the family, all right? It's going to be good stuff. I want to make sure y'all do it. While y'all all are at it, also, if you guys want to, okay, only if you want to, you can help the channel grow by donating. There's a lot of different ways you guys can do that. You can help the channel grow by donating by using the YouTube super chat, which is the $ down at the bottom of the chat. You can also use, if you're not watching this live and you're rewatching this, called the YouTube Super Thanks. All right. Which is a lot of cool stuff. We got a lot of YouTube Super Thanks, which is the heart sign with the $ in the middle. You guys can use that there. All right. Make sure y'all do that. It helps the channel grow. There's a lot of really cool stuff with it. Make sure y'all do that. If y'all want to, you can also use Cash App and PayPal, which is $MSM Podcast Network on Cash App, or you guys can use PayPal, which is also MSM Podcast Network. Okay. Make sure y'all know. Okay. Also, want to remind you guys to join Discord. If you haven't done so already, join Discord. Discord is absolutely amazing. It's where, the real Miami Dolphin fans, the real Clock Blocker fans really get into it there. We have a lot of fun. And there is no swear jar on Discord. So make sure y'all go to Discord, enjoy the Discord channel. We have a lot of different breakoffs. My man Roach, he's the one who really runs that channel. It's really, really cool, and it's growing and it's evolving and it's becoming its own little world. I had fun with it this weekend watching the game. So make sure y'all get on Discord, enjoy it. All right. Also, hey, look, want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show, ZSM Sports. ZSM Sports is the best place to get your cards, jerseys, balls, and hard to find items. Make sure you call ZSM Sports or hit them up on social media at SportsZSM on IG, because they specialize in sports memorabilia. You need some great stuff. You want a good present. You need to build up your man cave. ZSM Sports is the way to do it. So make sure y'all contact ZSM Sports today for it. Also, want to remind you guys too, Hangry Owls, good food, good mood. Wednesday, they will be debuting the brand new sub on the channel, the SKPL, the Spread Kindness sub is really what it's going to be called. And if you use the code word SKPL, you get $3 off of your sub every day of the week except for Friday, where if you use SKPL, you get $6 off your sub. Wednesday, they'll be debuting the brand new sub there called the Spread Kindness sub, courtesy of the Clock Blockers morning show. And I'm going to let Aldo on Wednesday tell us a little bit about that sub, and maybe he'll even make it for us live and debut it on the show. It's going to be good stuff. So, Hangry Owls, 16606 Sheridan Street in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Make sure you give them a call at 305-279-5332, and follow Hangry Owls on Facebook and Instagram at HANGRYALS. And then our title sponsor of the show, absolutely wonderful, amazing people who I love everyone on it, is Tailgreeter. Shout out to Tailgreeter. We love Tailgreeter. Okay. Tailgreeter is absolutely amazing. Make sure you get out your phones, whatever you have, whether you have Apple. I'm sorry. I didn't say Crapple. I meant Apple. Apple or Android device today. Download the current app on your current Crapple or Android device today. And download the app, Tailgreeter. I'll never get sponsored by Apple. It's just never going to happen because I talk way too much crap about them. I'm supposed to be Mr. Positivity. I'm not when it comes to Apple. I'm just not. We all know that Android is the best. Okay? We don't have to worry about these Crapple people and their Apple products. I'm sorry. Had a moment there. Make sure you follow Tailgreeter on social media at TAILGREETER. Also, if you guys want to come up on Tailgreeter, which is awesome, and you guys want to go to week 2, the Miami Dolphins versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, we have an awesome party for you lined up. Okay, we have an awesome party lined up. We have a VIP tailgate experience that's going to have all you can drink, all you can eat, games. It's going to have gift bags. It's going to be amazing. Okay, I never took down the $100 price tag for it that we were running the special on over the weekend. I was supposed to let that go. Things got crazy. So if you want to get your ticket now, go get your ticket now. The price is still $100 for it. It's amazing. It's a couple blocks from the stadium in Baltimore. Jimmy's Famous Seafood is catering it. We have our own little VIP tailgate experience within it. It's going to be an amazing time. Just amazing. And you get these I'm calling them DWA swag bags, but they're these Miami Dolphin gift bags that you're going to get. I just started getting the stuff in today to build these. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff. So make sure you do that. Okay. I want to remind you guys, tomorrow night, usually on Tuesday nights, it's the Spanish speaking podcast Hellfins. But tomorrow night, there's going to be a special podcast. So I do this show called #Dolphin Chat. It's usually a roundtable with some of the biggest names that I try to get, whether it's football, whether it's YouTube content creators or whoever. But Tuesday night, there's a big show lined up. These gentlemen, Daniel Oyefusi, and some of the biggest names in YouTube. We got TD Fins Talk. We got Reason from Finside the NFL. And we got Dougley Do Wrong. It's a very, it's going to be only an hour long. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk with Daniel about what he's seen. We're going to talk about the different views from Dougley, Reason, and TD, and just everybody's viewpoint of what they see going on within the 53-man roster, which we're going to talk a little bit today with Nicky and Nando, which I'm excited about. So it's going to be a great show. It's going to be at 9:15 tomorrow night. 9:15 tomorrow night. And just so you know, no swear jar, no banning, no timeouts, none of that. This is just a straight 1-hour show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. Just make sure you guys hang out for it. It's going to be good. And then I also have some things in the works for future Dolphin Chat roundtable shows that I believe I haven't even talked to Nicky or Nando yet, but they're going to be a part of those future shows. They just don't know it yet. Okay. So without further ado, it is Monday morning. All right. And, we knew today was going to be a crazy day today. Therapy Mondays, Dolphins lose to the Raiders. We're going to talk all about the game. We're going to talk about what we saw from it. So with that being said, let me bring on my co-host for the day, two gentlemen that are absolutely amazing. One of them is very handsome. I'm never going to tell which one it is, so they're both going to think they're both handsome. Both those guys, they're awesome. I love them. Okay. Without further ado, let me bring on the first co-host, my man Nando Talk. What's up, Nando?
What is up? We all know the deal. Bring on the uglier co-host first. Let the prettier one get ready in the back, and we're good to go. Nicky's got the stash. It's all fine, guys. Welcome back, though. Thanks for having me on, Steven. Fins up, everybody.
Nando. You're the man, brother. I'm super excited that you're on this morning. And with also that being said, let me bring on the man with the stash, Mr. Nicky Smokes from the Smoke Show. What's up, buddy?
What's up, brother? How we doing?
How are you?
How's it going, Nicky?
Had a rough morning.
Rough morning. Are you cracking one open already, Nando? We haven't even started the discussion yet.
There's no way that's alcohol.
It's a little truly, man. You just left over from the tailgate. Oh, my God,
dude. It's 9:40.
That's why I love Nando.
It's going to be a funny day, bro.
He's taking therapy Mondays to a whole nother level, bro.
We had one pre-stage, and then we have one here. It's just only 2 today, though, Nicky. It's a calm day.
You're a sicko. He's an animal, dude. He's
love
different.
These guys. That's why.
It's only truly, man.
Look, like he's got his Gatorade bottle. I got what's in that Gatorade bottle, Nicky?
Yeah,
y'all don't know. Friday.
Vodka Gatorade?
Y'all missed the show on Friday.
That transferred over to my show. Everyone was hammered. Yeah, everyone was hammered.
Oh my God, dude, it was insane. It was kind of funny because I guess everybody's show got it in the YouTube community because I had people texting me, bro, what happened on your show on Friday?
Fun time.
It was good times. Good times. All right, man. Let's first thing I want to do is just kind of give my thoughts, and then I'll let you guys obviously jump in, and we'll have a good discussion about it. When I love, it's my favorite time of year. Miami Dolphins football. It's better than Christmas. Better than Hanukkah. Better than Kwanzaa. Better than Thanksgiving. Better than, although Thanksgiving is my favorite national holiday as a fat man, I do enjoy Thanksgiving. Okay, good holiday, football and food. Love it.
And now we got Dolphins and Christmas.
I know.
That's going to be different.
I know.
That's going to be different.
Christmas in Miami.
You get to open up presents in the morning, and then we get to open up Aaron Rodgers beatdown in the afternoon, bro. Wait. I'm all about it.
You wanted to say can of whoop ass. That's what you wanted to say.
But you know what? I agree with you. I agree with you.
Hey, I feel like there's certain words that they let you say on non-curse channels.
Well, look here, guys. I don't make the rules. Actually, I do, but I also enforce them.
We're gonna have to see a specific word list, by season time. We have to figure out around it.
I have a specific word list. The words, the 7 words that George Carlin you can't say. That's the words you use.
It's all right. The chat always got my back, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, we know the chat's got your back. Whatever. We know that Nicky Smokes is the favorite here. And the
Smoke Swear Job. Smoke Swear Jar, sponsored by the chat over here.
Right. All right. So it's my favorite time of year. I love it. When I start watching games, it's funny because me watching a game on TV and me being there live is actually totally 2 different experiences the way I view the game. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all agree? Watching a game on TV and watching a game live.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, not just the self, hey, look, I'm here, but just the way I even view the game. Because I've been there for some beatdowns. I was there for 52-10. I was live. I was there, for some of those real bad beatdowns, but it always seemed maybe it's because the tailgate beforehand. I'm not so laser focused in that first quarter because I'm still coming off the tailgate. But when you're not there and you're watching the game, it was frustrating. I have to admit, my initial thoughts, which by the way, those thoughts will change as the game progresses.
For sure.
But my initial thoughts, the first 3 series, I was frustrated, man. I was frustrated. And I was cussing up a storm inside my living room. And I'm just like, God, I know this is preseason. I shouldn't care, but ugh. Now, a lot will be said today. Number one, Tua didn't do a bad job. What was he? 6 for 8, if I'm correct. 60-something yards. I went and looked at Dougley Durong's video last night of his breakdown of all of his passes with Tua and the Skyler touchdown drive. And the big thing that I saw was a few things. Number one, I saw that the play changing called entirely at the end of the third quarter and in that fourth quarter. Totally different playbook from the first half to the second half. And that told me that he didn't want to show anything on film with the first and second stringers. He did not want to. It was a very vanilla offense. It was very base. There was really nothing to it. He wasn't showing anything that would probably be even remotely close of what we will run the first and second, or the first couple of weeks of the season, in my opinion. Okay. Because the moment Skyler got into the game, it was a totally different playbook. It was very open. And look, I agree. Skyler looked comfortable. He looked good. He looked so much better than Teddy Bridgewater.
He belongs in the NFL.
100%. And we'll get into all that. The other thing that I saw too, and initially watching the game, is I blame Teddy Bridgewater for that 2-point safety.
As you should.
But then I watched the video. And I went back and looked. And there was a rush coming from the left side where Gesicki was down on 3 fingers. Okay, was on his hand. And the moment the ball was snapped, Gesicki was still his hand was still on the ground, and the guy was past him. And so that's what made
throw it away like an NFL quarterback should.
So that much I'll give you. I'm still not. I'm not gonna 100% say
he's not a 7th round rookie quarterback. Like this is Teddy Bridgewater.
I
agree for 9
I
years.
agree with you.
Throw the ball away.
But I'm also gonna say that Gesicki, and seeing that, I was like, bro, I 100% put the blame on Teddy. I can't 100% put the blame on 100% him because Teddy. Because Gesicki was still had his hand on the ground and the guy was past him. He's not I feel like he should know better on NFL tight ends as an NFL tight end. But the reality of the situation is, for the last 3 years, this man has been playing snaps from the wide receiver position, not the tight end position. And he's still learning it. And I don't know if I feel very comfortable, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, with him playing tight end for our football team, because I'm not comfortable with him.
I would trade Gesicki in my sleep. I mean, I'm not losing sleep if we traded Gesicki. I think he's got great ball skills. He could catch the football. I don't think it was his fault on that slant route that hit him in the chest. I just think he would have got decapitated if he caught that ball. But for the play you're talking about, we know Gesicki's never been able to block. And yes, he's the reason
he's
why
shown moments this preseason where he's looked good.
Hold up. He's the reason why the play got blown up. But as a quarterback in the NFL, when a play gets blown up, it's your responsibility to save the play and get rid of the football and live to see the next down. He's trying to escape running in the end zone, and then he gets tripped up and he tries to throw it away last second. So the whole time he knew he should have threw it away. He should have threw it away right away and let the play die. But for Gesicki, I think there's going to be a lot of blocking that's going to be demanded. And I just don't see him getting the playing time that most of us think he will. I think we're going to see a lot of Smythe and whoever the hell they want to put out there to block.
Alec Ingold's going to get a lot of playing time at tight end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anyone that could block is going to get playing time at tight end. 100%. I think Gesicki's very valuable when it comes to catching the ball. There's no doubt about that. But if you watch his tape, he's a liability when blocking. And I'll let Nando go on ahead because I have a lot more to say when it comes to run blocking. And I don't want to put it all on Gesicki because there's a lot of other pieces.
There's a lot, and we'll get into it. But go ahead, Nando. What did you think?
Not going off that point, man. I definitely agree with you. Like, I was very big on Gesicki going into the season, and I wanted to see more improvement as a blocker. I wanted to see that he can fit in that role. But it's looking like we have just players better suited to it, whether it's Ingold, whether it's Smythe. Like, there's value in trading Gesicki, and if we can get either recoup some draft picks or we can get maybe some starting quality offensive line, some middle linebackers, something that just actually translates to a starter where it looks like Gesicki's going to be losing time out anyways, I'm down for it. Send it. Boom, in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
if we can get good value for it, though. Like, I just don't know. I just still don't know what we're going to get unless it's just draft picks. That's easy.
I don't want draft picks. I want.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want draft picks. I'd rather a player, but I don't know where that value like really matches up in the NFL right now. Like, I don't know if we're going to we can't really get a starting tackle, for example, for a tight end.
No.
Maybe a center if you're lucky, but I don't know.
Or maybe you could get a depth piece, but then even though it's like you're trading your starting tight end for a backup lineman, how good is he really?
Gesicki is talented.
I think the only thing you could really get for Gesicki that'll make it worth your while is a draft pick. Unless someone's like extremely desperate to have a receiving tight end, and they're willing to give up maybe a nickel cornerback that we could plug in. But I just don't see the ROI balancing out trading Gesicki for any player individually.
And by the way, I think he's going to play a lot again next week too. Just for the record, I think he'll play again next week.
It's got to be a team that's like gets like enamored with his receiving ability, like his ability to be a weapon of threat. Like I can only see like someone like maybe like Green Bay saying like, "Hey, we have too many rookies here. We want like a veteran receiving threat." But that'd be if they, I don't know, because it's Mike Gesicki at the end of the day. Like if you're buying him as a tight end, maybe it's a hard sell. If you got to look at him more as a receiver in that case.
Steven, I want to go back to the first point you made, but we didn't get to touch on it because you followed it up with Gesicki. So you said that the playbook at the beginning, the first 2 drives, was very vanilla because they didn't want to put anything on tape. But then you're telling me in the second half that they opened up. Well, that playbook is still on tape. They're just running it with backup,
this is
but the
100%
play design is the same.
So I had this conversation with some people in the background. And I asked them, I said, what do you think NFL head coaches are watching when it comes to game film of the preseason? And 90% of them said they're watching for specific players that are going to be weapons within an offense. And they're also going to look at the first quarter of any preseason because most NFL teams are practicing plays that they'll run in the regular season with their starters there.
Out of that 90%, how many of them have experience in the NFL? And
none of them.
Exactly
but
okay, so they really don't know what they're looking for. Now, if I'm an NFL coach like Bill Belichick, who's gone back to like 1960s to find certain trick plays that he might run into in the Super Bowl, if I'm Bill Belichick and I'm playing the Dolphins week 1 and I have absolutely zero tape on head coach Mike McDaniel, I am watching every single snap from every single preseason game to pick up as many formations and packages as possible.
Do you not think that the plays were different from the end of the third and all of the fourth compared to the first quarter though?
I mean, the first 2 drives, your first drive is always scripted. And then we were losing the game in the second half. And when you're losing, you got to throw your way out of it. And when you only have,
but in the preseason, you're still going to, you still need to work on things. And they're still like, look, we don't care about the score. Let's just run what we're.
I think that's bullshit, though. I think you do care about the scoreboard. I think the guys playing on the field want to win. Yeah. I think McDaniel, at the end of the day, like, he's not like, oh, let's just lose the game on purpose.
I never said that they would lose the game on purpose, but I do think that there is a level of we need to see what this guy can do in this situation, and maybe we will run a certain play one way that we wouldn't run in the regular season
to a certain extent,
game.
Yeah.
Right, but like, all I'm saying is that if you believe they opened up the playbook in the second half, regardless if it's the starters or not, the playbook is still there. Like you could still go back and watch it, and that's
my question to you is: do you think it was a different playbook?
I just think they wanted to be more aggressive because they were losing in the game, and you could be more aggressive when you're playing with your backups versus you're playing with your starters. And in the back of McDaniel's mind, it's like, oh my god, like if this guy gets hurt, I'm gonna get dragged through the freaking mud.
What about you, Nando? Do you think it was a different playbook in the end of the third quarter? Because that Teddy last drive of Teddy and all of Skyler they just looked different. At least the offense did.
Yeah, different play calls, different levels of like aggressiveness. I agree. You can be aggressive with your backups. You can let it fly. Like it is just preseason at the end of the day. And if they're in there, there's less pressure. They're not going to get hurt. You don't have that in the back of your head. And you can just let it rip. They're losing. Yes, they're working on concepts for certain players, but I also have to believe that they want to win. Like they're working on game script as well. Like, hey,
I never said they didn't want.
No. I know that. I know that, bud. I'm just saying, like, oh, we're down by 7. Hey, let's go for a touchdown here. Not like, hey, let's just settle for a field goal, whatever. Like they want to work on it. They're going for it on fourth down.
Like, for example, going for it on fourth down. I'm glad you just said that. Like,
yeah,
I feel
pissed
like
me off. That really
feel like
in a regular. I thought that was very stupid. That was very stupid.
We would have won the game. But I will say this. I will say this in a regular season game, I don't see McDaniel making that call. I think he felt very confident that Jason Sanders could hit that field goal at that moment and was like, let's just we might get into
well, he should have hit the field goal because he sent Jason Sanders out there at the end of the game and he missed and he lost.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is
I'll get to
4th
that
and 7. Hold on. No, that triggered me because 4th and 7, it's a 6-point game. It's the second quarter. And I had Dolphins talk telling me, oh, they're working about their reps, blah, 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 blah. And I just can't believe that many people agreed with them.
I agree with them.
7, I know you didn't. I'm saying people did.
No, I'm saying I do. I agree.
Okay, so you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
Okay, all right.
4th and 7 in the second quarter, you're down by 6. There's no situational anything in that scenario. You take the 3 points, you cut it down to 3. You're out there with Teddy Bridgewater, a guy who's horrendous. He's your backup quarterback, so your starters aren't even getting the reps. It's 4th and 7. You're on your own 25, 30-yard line. You take the points. It's the second quarter. You're down by 6. You take 3 points, and you move on with your life, especially the drive before when you got all the way down there and you fumbled the football inside the 15-yard line. You take the points, and you would have won the game.
2 things. Number one, did you just get off camera, Nicky? What happened? Okay. All right.
I think like sensitive.
Okay.
Now I'm on my FaceTime camera.
Okay.
Now we're back.
All right. So here's the thing, Nicky. Number one, it's a preseason football game. Okay.
Okay, so if it's preseason and no one cares, why are you going to ice the kicker against Tampa? Why are you going to try to go out there and win the game on the last drive? Why even show up, right? Why even call plays? You might as well give Tua a headset and say, call the game because I don't care what happens. I'm
very confident that McDaniel would not go for it on 4th and 7 in the second quarter or in a regular season football game.
I hope.
The biggest reason that
tell me what they're getting out of it on 4th and 7 going for it in the second quarter. Do you think Teddy Bridgewater getting that rep is going to change the Dolphins season?
What he is doing in that scenario, in my opinion, is he's saying, okay, if we ever encounter this in the fourth quarter, But
it was the second quarter.
4th and 7 at all. I don't think he cared that it was the second quarter. It could have been the fourth. It could have been the first.
Why don't we go for it on 4th and 7 on our own 20-yard line and act like we're down 15 points if we're just making up scenarios that aren't there?
He wanted to see what the team would do on a 4th and 7 situation. It had no bearing effect in a preseason game because he did. At the end of the day, here's a reality. If they win or lose, it doesn't help or hurt his job. What he needs to find out, he needs to find out right now what he has in the certain players.
But you're telling me that 4th and 7 in the second quarter is telling him what he has?
No, man. I just think he had an itch and he wanted to scratch it, man. Like, I don't think it was I hope it wasn't planned, Like, I hope it wasn't like,
I'm just saying, look, the situation was second quarter, down by 6, 30-yard field goal. Now, if you're just making up scenarios and Mike McDaniel's like, well, what if imaginary, it's the fourth quarter? Okay, then let's go for it. Okay, so let me just make stuff up while I'm calling plays. Okay, 4th and 8 on our own 20-yard line. I'm going to pretend like we're down 14 in the fourth quarter. So let's just go for it. I mean, like, that doesn't make sense. If it was the fourth quarter and it was 4th and 7, go for it because that's what you would do in situational football.
So you are blaming – are you mad about it? Like, are you like?
I mean, I was upset because I had money on it, but I mean, I didn't lose sleep over it.
So that's what this is about.
No, but your point is ridiculous. Your point is ridiculous.
No, it's not. 7,
yes, it is, bro. Because you're saying, well, if it was the fourth quarter, yeah, it would make sense. But it wasn't the fourth quarter. It was the second quarter. You can't just make up
preseason game, Nicky. He doesn't care about your bet.
It wasn't preseason or not preseason. It was stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid. Because the guys that played on that game, I don't know if you ever played football in your entire life, but even my spring game in high school, it didn't count, but you wanted to go out there and win. And I'm not saying I'm going to sit here and lose sleep and say the Dolphins are screwed, but to the players on the field that played that game, they want to win. They don't go out there like, oh, man, I hope McDaniel calls this stupid play so we can lose the game.
Nicky, let me ask you a question, okay? Before Sanders missed that field goal at the end of the fourth, which we'll get into and we'll discuss here in a minute, were you very confident that you were very confident in Jason Sanders, right?
Yeah.
What yard field goal would that have been? A 37-yard field goal, I think.
Yep.
Okay. We know he's going to make it.
Why would you not take it?
Okay. Because you already have some points on the board. What you are trying to do is you are trying to see in a scenario where there's 4th and 7, if it happens in the regular season, what type of play would I run? Well, let me put something on tape so that I can have a reference point to go back to later on in the year. Well, you know what? In the preseason game, we had a 4th and 7, and I ran this, and I saw the safety come in, or I saw the linebacker start blitzing. Who are we playing against? Who's playing those particular positions right now? All right, would I run that play here? Knowing what I know from that. So now I have something on film that I have a reference point to go back to. That's all that was. He was doing something, and I agree with Nando. I like what Nando said. He had an itch to scratch, and he was like, let me see what would happen here. It had nothing to do with the wins and loss. It had nothing to do with the points on the board. He knew that his field goal kicker could kick a 37-yard field goal. There was nothing to prove there. Nothing. So or 47. Who cares if it was 37 or 47? The man had hit a 50-something already in the game.
And he missed the game winner. So now what? So now we have to go out there and send him out for another 56-yard field goal?
He was very confident at that point. It's a preseason game.
Dude,
he would never make that play on the second quarter in a regular season game. Man. He would never do it. And if he did, you by all means can get up here on the show and crucify me the next day. But I don't see him being what the Chargers coach was last year. That guy was crazy. That guy was going for it on 4th down every which way to Sunday.
No, yeah,
I don't think McDaniel was like that.
I think it was a McDaniel win.
You're telling me McDaniel is going to go back to this game film, his second preseason game,
he's
Teddy
going
Bridgewater.
To
what am I going to do on 4th and 7? Let me see how Teddy Bridgewater
Nicky,
looks.
I don't think so. That's why I said it was an itch to scratch. I think he was just like a whim. Like, it was just like, hey, F it, we ride. Like, why am I going to send my kicker out there? Let's go for it. I don't think it was like, this is the preseason moment I'm going to use as like as a catalyst to change my season around. I think it's just like F it, we ride. Like, let's go for it on 4th down and see if we hit it. If we don't, we don't. I hope he doesn't have that itch to scratch in the middle of a game. Because second quarter, way too aggressive.
Let me tell you something, Nicky. I will say this as a reference point to this argument. If we get into the regular season and he pulls a stunt like that, then your argument will be very valid at that moment. But until that happens, I believe that he was having a reference point. He was testing Teddy, whatever excuse you want to use. It was more of that moment. I know that I feel very confident that my kicker can kick this field goal. I don't need to test him out in this scenario. Let me see what my offense can do here on a 4th and 7. That's it. That's all I believe it was. Now you lost your bet because of it and you're mad about it.
Dude, if I bet anything and it loses, I don't care. Like, I like to bet, but like, dude, like, I'm responsible. I've been gambling since I was 14 years old. If you think I'm making my argument because I lost my bet, you're out of your mind, bro. Like, I've been doing this since I was 14 years old. Like, I eat this. Like, I know how to win. I know how to lose. I don't lose sleep when I lose. All I'm saying is, if we're just making up hypothetical situations, oh, well, what if it's the 4th quarter and it's 4th and 7? You could have done that the whole game. That's all I'm saying. I just believe that you should have took the field goal. At the end of the day, am I losing sleep? No, I'm not losing sleep. But you're going to tell me that one rep, that 1 4th and 7 with your backup unit is something you're going to go and look back to? I'm not buying that.
All right, let me ask you a question. Okay, let's move away from this conversation to a certain extent. And let's talk about Jason Sanders. I want to get to the Tua talk and the Skyler talk here in a minute. We're going to dive into that. Jason Sanders missing that field goal at the end of the game. Just let me get your take. I'll start with you, Nando. What is your take on it?
I mean, I was at the game, man.
And take last year into account in your question too, because last year he had a fall off from the year before.
Yeah, man. Last year we heard all the it's Sanders with the holder. You know, Pilardi can't hold. That's the big change. That's why he's missing kicks. And now he's missing a kick in preseason. And I get it, it's preseason, but it's still concerning. I hope the holding gets down. What if that's still the excuse? I hope he drills 500 field goals from here until the next preseason game. He's got to get it out of the way. I was seeing it in camp, man. Like, I was getting mad that he'd kick a field goal and he wasn't hitting that little perfect little target, but I'm just nitpicking. I want more improvement from Sanders because ever since we paid him that big contract, it hasn't been there. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. We lost the preseason game. I'm going to forget about it within 2-3 weeks. It just rubs me a little the wrong way. Yeah.
You're holding on to a preseason loss for a while, my guy. Definitely.
I'll let it go. I'll forget about it by 2-3 weeks. I'll let it go within the next. It's already gone, honestly. but it's not a big deal. It just was a little sad way to leave the stadium, but not a big deal.
I look, before I let Nicky give his thoughts here, here's what I believe. I like Sanders. Sanders has got a leg, and when he's hot and when he's on, I think he can be one of the best in the league. But last year, I mean, I was very disappointed in the year that he had, right? I think we might even been able to win one, maybe even 2 games last year if I'm about to say if Nicky hit those field goals, if Jason Sanders hit those field goals. But
Nicky legs.
The other thing is I was super confident with him to the conversation earlier. Like, I'm like,
Sanders, I thought he was going to make it. Like,
there was no doubt in my mind he was going to make it.
I saw him trot out there. I was like, okay, like it's cool with the field goal, whatever. Like, I was getting ready for my buddy's sleep.
By the way, it wasn't even a bad miss. It was a doink. I think your
doinks are the worst misses, man.
I know they are because So, Nicky, what are your thoughts about Jason Sanders and where do you see him right now in your eyes?
He would have had one extra make if they sent him out there earlier.
Warmed him up with a 34-yarder,
He wouldn't have to go out there and miss the last one, and now who knows what that did to his confidence. I mean, he didn't need those reps, right? He already hit 350-yarders. He's already hit 450-yarders this preseason. Why send him out there, Like, you could have just hit the 37-yarder. He would have remained perfect, and you would have never had to been here. So, I think it's an extra rep that he doesn't need, 4th and 2. Maybe we should have just went for it because who knows? It might be 4th and 2 in the fourth quarter. And we should just go for it, Like, why send him out there to try to hit a kick if we already knew he was going to make it, right?
I mean, I don't know if we know he's going to make it now, man. Like, week 4 now, if we have to kick a 50-yarder, I'm going to think that little week 2 preseason game.
Bones says Sanders is always bad from the 35-yard range. We should know that by now. It's not the long kick that we're scared of.
That's wild, thoe. We pay him so much
money.
That
is a wild take. I'm not saying I disagree with it.
I know that's the wild part.
I have to really even think about it more because I want to see all his misses from last year and where they were from and the situations that they were.
There's definitely some easy ones, man.
There were some easy ones that were missed last year.
It's good to see him hit kicks, though. It is good.
Oh, it's fun, man. That's why I was excited to bring in Morstead. If it was the holding situation, like such an experienced punter, like he's a special teams veteran by far, and I love that over Polarity. Anyways.
Well, 2 years ago, Sanders was automatic, and then last year you would hold your breath every time he went out there. Yeah, so, if he's out there hot now, like for kickers, it's kind of like kind of want to say it's like golf. Like when you're in a good stretch, you're in a groove, you're automatic, and then when you're in your head thinking to yourself all the time, you're just not hitting the ball right and you're not kicking it right. So as long as he keeps his confidence, I'm good, bro.
It is really mental game with kickers. Like that's a perfect analogy for like if you're not in your head, you'll hit those easy kicks, and that's why Sanders misses those short ones. Almost, it's like he's overthinking it and just he shanks it.
Yep.
All right. Do you guys want to talk quarterback or do you want to talk about some position players?
Quarterback's gonna get this show turning up. I don't know if you want to talk about the ugly stuff first because I think the run blocking needs to be discussed. It is abysmal.
So we'll save the quarterback discussion for last. So let's talk about I guess you went there. Let's talk about here's what I saw. When I went and rewatched, I watched I'll shout out to Douglas' video again last night that came out late. Anytime the Dolphins had a 3-man rush, they look great. The offensive line looks so good on a 3-man rush. Anything more than that, they did not look good. Okay, it just was not a good look. I'm very nervous. I'm very scared about our offense. It bothers me. Nando, I'll talk with you since Nicky looks like he's having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I was saying I know Nicky's got some great run block points, so I'll focus more on the. I'm not so worried about the offense, I guess. I was a little times bored. It's in the second, third quarter. There was definitely lulls when we just weren't clicking. It was very vanilla. I don't know if I was worried.
The offensive line doesn't worry you.
It does, but like we've been talking about, man, like what we've got the starters out there. I don't need to see the best offensive line in the NFL. I'm not even going to probably see someone thinking the top 16. But if we hit 20, and I know Armstead hasn't played a full season, I know it's tough to gauge with our center problems with our center issues right now. But I'm a little worried, but I'm not ringing any alarms. I'm still hoping we see that starting 5 out there, and it looks like a beauty. But I need Armstead to play, man. It's starting to worry me that there's not the practice stuff. The health is going to be really concerning because we don't have the depth there, man. Coleman is just garbage, man.
Nicky?
Here's the thing. First 2 drives, we went out there with our starting offensive line. I know Teron Armstead.
Armstead.
He did not play. But here's the thing. He's never played a full season in his life. So at one point, the offensive line that we saw, that is our starting offensive line. Because his entire career, he has never once finished an entire season. I don't care what load management it's on. Odds are he will not play the entire season this year.
That's a very accurate statement.
We saw our starting offensive line at one point. And I'm going to give credit where it's due. The pass blocking, I thought was good. I thought the pass blocking was good enough to the point where if Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are out there, that Tua would have enough time to throw the football. That is fine. I will give them props for that. I thought the pass blocking was solid. However, the run blocking was abysmal. I mean, it is horrendous. Lardell Coleman, I think he's one of the worst run blocking tackles I've seen. And it's not just him. The communication's not there. The guys aren't getting to where they need to be, and they're not holding their blocks long enough. They're getting absolutely blown up. And this is against the Raiders' second team. Like, this was their second team defense out there. And our offense put up 3 points in 2 drives, and we had 7 total rushing yards at the first half. And this is, I know the starters didn't play last week against Tampa, but the run blocking was terrible then. And it got even worse this week, and the starters played for a couple of drives, and we still only had 7 yards in the first half. It needs to be fixed. You need to have more than 7 rushing yards. I don't care that Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Teron Armstead didn't play. And if you watch the film, because I go back and I watch the game 3 to 4 times. When we line up in bunch, the line of scrimmage is naturally going to be crowded. So when Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are not playing, it's not helping out the offensive line lining up in bunch and just inviting everyone to the line of scrimmage. It's just making it a more loaded line of scrimmage. So it's not helping it out. I think we'd have to space it out more, especially if we don't have guys like Teron Armstead, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill playing. But then again, it's preseason, so McDaniel probably just wants to see formation and lining up and all that good stuff, right? And at the end of the day, I mean, if we're going to sit here and be content and make excuses that 7 yards in the first half is acceptable, us as a fan base, we need to check ourselves, because I don't care that it's preseason. That's horrendous. And to everyone that's like, oh, well, we want to keep the playbooks under wraps. You know, we don't want to show everything. If we have to pull a trick out of our sleeve to have more than 7 rushing yards in one half, this team is screwed. I mean, with the starters out there, you're telling me that we have to go deep inside of our playbook to have more than 7 rushing yards? That's ridiculous.
I think so your concern is very valid, and I would agree with you to the extent that it like the run game, in order for this offense to be what I hope that it can be, we need to have an established run game. Now, with that being said, we saw Chase Edmonds for how many snaps? I don't think we've seen Raheem Mostert yet, really, at all. So I think it'll be very interesting to see what those guys look like moving forward in this team. Now, it doesn't matter who you have out there. If you don't have people that are blocking for you, it's not going to mean anything. You could have Derrick Henry back. Well, Derrick Henry maybe not, but you can have a mid-range running back there, and you're still not going to be able to get the production that you need out of there. Now, Lardell Coleman is the specific reason that Tua didn't score on either of those drives, because he had the penalty, the couple of penalties, right? So,
yeah,
you know, it was
New Jesse Davis.
Yep. Oh, that's a very.
That's what he is, bro. He's that bad. He really is that bad.
He's a guy that, as a backup, as a swing tackle.
Davis yet. Jesse Davis took a long time for that man to earn.
Jesse Davis started. This man Coleman. Well, I mean, he's never going to start over Teron Armstead, but I mean, he will be playing for Teron Armstead.
Please, bro.
Here's what I'll say. I would love for that. I still am a fan of they need to go out and get one or two more people at this O-line. They need to.
No, some depth.
And it needs to be somebody who has some legit, hey, I've started, I can play, I can run block, whatever. That's why, by the way, I'm a big fan of JC Treader, because that man can definitely run block. He has that ability. You know who I'm very excited? I saw the chase. Here's what I will say. We talk about a lot of who's going to get distributed this ball in this offense. And one thing that I see in this offense that will happen is passes from from players catching them from out of the backfield. Yes. Chase Edmonds is going to get a lot of receptions this year. Alec Ingold will get a lot of receptions this year. Raheem Mostert will get a lot of receptions this year. What do you guys think about that? Do you agree with that statement? Do you think
it's not going to be pretty, but we're going to use our running backs a lot, like especially if our O-line starts to go down and we can't really run block. I definitely see us passing a lot to the back, just trying to get them involved. They're fast, they're quick, they're guys who can make plays. Why not give them the ball? It's not ideal, I guess, if we're trying to
but I feel like that's the San Francisco offense that was run, Nando. Like, that's the offense that was run in San Francisco. There was a lot of catches out of the backfield.
No, I agree. I want catches out of the backfield. I'm saying I don't want to run it like a pseudo run game where it's like just passes out of the backfield. I want to see a healthy mix.
I think with Tyreek and Jalen in there, and by the way, we haven't even gotten to Ezukama yet, which we will in a minute.
So nice.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Don't get right to that right now. But I think it's going to be a beautiful offense to run. With the personnel that they have there, it excites the hell out of me. It does. I'm excited.
I want to see better run blocking, though. Like, that's 7 yards and a half.
That's what scares me.
I didn't know it was 7 until I saw your tweet, Nicky. So that was like massive to me. Like, that's bad.
7 rushing yards in 1 half.
Bad.
It doesn't matter that it's preseason. You got to do better.
But, I mean, to your point, like, Tom Brady made a career off throwing the ball to his running backs.
Yep.
I mean, like,
beautiful.
He's
James
notorious.
White. Yep. Julian Edelman.
He's notorious for that. I mean, I have no problem with that. But a lot of that Tom Brady to his running backs, that's just him hitting his check down and just knowing what the defense is giving to him pre-snap and knowing that check down is going to be able to get 5 to 6 yards right away. And on that play to Chase Edmonds, I know a lot of people were like criticizing it because I think it was Sherfield came across the middle and he was wide open, but it almost looked, it was predetermined. I think McDaniel's play call was predetermined, like catch the snap and just throw to Chase Edmonds and let our playmaker make a play. And he did make a play and he got the first down.
Dudley went over that play like he replayed it like 5 or 6 times in a row. And you can clearly see that it was a design play. He caught the ball.
No, it was designed, hike the ball, get it to – and look, Chase was one-on-one, and he did what he was supposed to do, and he made a play, and he got the first down. Hands. It is what it is.
So, look, it excites look, and just for the record, I'm excited about our offense. I'm still like –
oh, for sure.
I don't think that Tua played a bad game, which will –
he did.
I don't want to get into that yet. Dude,
listen. If we're gonna sit here and freak out about Tua throwing the ball 8 times in a preseason game, I mean, relax, bro. I mean wait till
you saw
week
Twitter
1.
just like I did. Twitter was going
Twitter. I mean, they were going crazy, but I think that's because of how Skyler's been playing. But I just want to say, I'm not judging Tua in preseason. I don't care about that. Let me see Tua for 4 quarters against the Patriots. Let me see Tua 4 quarters against the Ravens. Let me see Tua 4 quarters against the Bills, 4 quarters against the Bengals, 4 quarters against the Jets. Let me see how he plays in a regular season game for 4 full quarters. That's a mouthful. I want to see consistency. I want to see him taking care of the football. And by the way, the only thing that I saw from Tua in the preseason game was he was going through his reads. I mean, everyone last year the knock was Tua's a one-read quarterback. The only thing that I saw from that preseason game that really stuck out with me is he was going through his reads. He was going to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. He was going through his reads pretty well. So I will give him that. That was my biggest takeaway. I mean,
and the 2 or 3 plays where he didn't,
the
2 or 3 plays where he didn't go through his reads, we know that 1 to 2 of them were design plays straight to the player, and the other one, the rush, like he would have been sacked otherwise. Which, by the way, he had no sacks and he had no interceptions.
I mean, he only threw 8 balls. If he threw an interception against the backup freaking Raiders defense, I'd probably have a stroke. I think the whole timeline would have a stroke if he went out there and threw an interception. Yeah. If he fumbled the ball, I'd be pissed off because we got blessed last year. He had 9 fumbles and we recovered like 6 of them.
He had a better preseason game than Wack Jones. I just want to throw that out there for everybody.
Well, here's the thing. So us Dolphin fans, right? Like we see Wack Jones go out there, have a bad preseason game, and we're dragging him through the mud, right? Blah, 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 blah. But, bro, if that ever happened over here on this side, it's a preseason game. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But if Wack Jones is doing it over there in New England,
would drag.
I think the difference.
There's 2 sides though. There's 2 sides. Half the side would be like Tua sucks. He's a bum, and the other side would be like, bro, it's preseason. Who cares? Tua's fine. That's our fan base.
I think the difference though is that like we've seen that like the Dolphins are having a good training camp, and then if it wouldn't translate to the field, that's one thing. But the Patriots, every report is saying that they're having a bad training camp. The offense isn't clicking, and then in the preseason games, it's not clicking either. Like it's not clicking on both sides for them. So I think it's a little different, but I see what you're saying.
But what's worse? We're having a great camp, and then our starting offense can't score on the Raiders' backup defense on 2 drives.
But they can't. I think now, it's worse. Granted,
4th and 1. If Larnell Coleman isn't a freaking airhead, we might score on that drive. But the matter of the fact is, our offense went out there the first drive against the Raiders' backups, and when it came to down and distance, they were undisciplined. At least Larnell Coleman was. And they didn't score touchdowns.
No, yeah, I agree. It's a bad apple versus a bad orange. Like it's not like a good. Neither situation is good to be in. But I definitely think the Patriots situation is a little worse. At least we could have practice to hang our hat on. It's still preseason though.
Couple of other things I want to discuss. Let's stay on offense for one more minute, and then we'll go to the defensive side of the ball. Ezukama.
Okay,
great game.
Are you, dude?
Young Randy
just
Moss.
State for the record. The moment that guy was drafted, I was on TD's channel during his live draft coverage, and I said, guys, this is the guy. This guy right here is going to be an amazing wide receiver because everybody's going to be looking for Jalen, and everybody's going to be looking for Tyreek, and there's going to be one guy that's going to be open because they're going to have somebody in the box for Chase Edmonds or Raheem Mostert coming out of the backfield. Mark my words. Are y'all listening? Erik Ezukama, I'm about to make a crazy. Y'all ready?
No, it's ready.
Erik Ezukama, Easy E, as he will be known, will be top 2 in receptions on this football team this year.
I'm just going to leave.
Top 2 in receptions. Top 2 in receptions this year.
I hope. I mean,
do you want me to feed
barring injury?
You?
He will be top 2 in receptions.
Like barring injury and suspensions.
I'm not feeding into that.
I'm just telling you.
Did one of our players gamble? Have we not been told?
I'm so baffled. So last year, who did we have last year? Like the 6th overall pick. What was his name? Like Jalen Waddle.
Waddell.
I think he broke like the rookie record for most catches in a year. And then who'd we trade for this offseason? What's his name? He played for the Chiefs. He's like a top 2 receiver in the league. What's his name? Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. But no, our 4th rounder is going to have more catches than either one of those guys.
I said 2 things at the beginning of the year. I said Jalen Waddle's receptions were going to go down. Did I not tell you all that?
You think his receptions are going to go down to the point where Easy E is having more catches than him?
I didn't say that he's going to have more yards. I said Easy E
to get more. I said catches.
All right. Easy E is going to have more receptions because he's going to be playing against the 3rd and 4th string person in that secondary. He will be open. He's going to be able to go up and get jump balls.
Dude, this is
2022.
This is 2022, brother. You could scheme up anything. You look at Cooper Kupp last year; they had freaking linebackers, and just based off scheme, they had scrubs trying to guard Cooper Kupp. Like you could do that with Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. You could do that with all of them.
I need y'all to do one thing for me in the chat because y'all are killing me in the chat. That's fine. Keep the receipt. Just keep the receipt. That's all y'all gotta do. Just keep.
It's got clipped, so I was trying to smile, look cute. You know,
just keep the receipt. That's all you gotta do.
Dang, man. That's wild.
I also want to be known this day forward as the president of the Erik Easy E Ezukama.
He should send you a jersey.
Oh, dude, I love Ezukama.
I love him too, man. I think you could say he's going to be very efficient. I think
him.
maybe like, I think maybe you could say like, I don't know, like more yards per catch or more yards per
See, I don't
per
think it'll be
play or
yards
whatever.
per catch. I just think he's going to get the receptions. I think he's going to be, if we want two things, right? We all want two things. We've talked about it up here today. What do we want out of Tua? To go through his progressions, right? Yeah. And we've also, I don't know if I've had an in-depth conversation with you guys about the scheme, but I will say a lot of people are saying, well, I don't know how many snaps Tyreek and Jalen will be on the field together at the same time compared to how much the offense is playing, right? Now, I think they will be on the field at the same time, but there are some people that have argued with me on this platform that, first down might go to Tyreek. You'll see Tyreek on the field. Second down, you might see Jalen. They're not, whatever. But Ezukama is going to be that guy that's in that rotation in there. And I already personally believe, okay, that that he's better than Cedric. I think he's better than Cedric already.
I'm definitely high on him, bro. I've definitely been saying that, like, I think he's going to split wide receiver 3 roles with Cedric Wilson, depending on the plays, depending on packages, whatever it may be, the right situation. Erik Ezukama is going to feast. He's going to eat. And I've been loving that since draft day, and I've been loving what we're seeing now. It was considered a luxury pick, but it looks like it's a luxury that's paying off right now.
Again, let me tell you something. If he don't let Ezukama be big the way I think he's going to be big, because y'all ain't never going to be able to shut me up about Chris Greer. This guy's last 2 drafts were absolutely amazing. Like, you ain't gonna be able to shut me up.
We need to talk about that. He messed up the biggest draft in Dolphins history.
We're gonna get to Noah. Don't worry about it.
Completely whiffed.
We're gonna get to that in a minute. Okay.
Should we talk about Skyler?
No. Once we do, it's over. You feel like that's the rest of the show.
I want to go to the defensive side. One of the things that I have noticed, our defensive run game looks like it's improved a lot.
Yep.
And our defensive line and our linebackers, there's going to be 1 or 2 players that are going to get cut that are legit, really good freaking players. Like, I'm a huge Sammy Guevon fan. Huge. I don't know where I don't know. I don't know if he can make this team with the depth that is on this roster. He should. He's a playmaker. Anytime he's on the field, he's around the ball. I love the guy. But look at
you
this.
Sam's not going to make the team?
I don't know. Like, I
want him linebacker to help,
but
he's the first linebacker out there every game.
I love Sammy Guevon. I want to throw that out there. Okay, he should make this team. Who's not making this team then, though, Nicky? Because there's going to be a quality player not making this team on the defensive line and the linebacker position.
Let me just pull up the depth chart. I don't have all 85 memorized. You could cut half the. Let me see. I definitely don't see Sam getting cut. He's the second string linebacker for this team. You could get rid of half the third stringers. Who is Owen Carney Jr.? Do you know who that is?
I'm out. How many linebackers are staying on this team?
2, 4, 6, 7 with Tyndall.
You're keeping 7 linebackers? How many people in the secondary are you keeping?
I never sat down and made a 53.
I understand. So I get you, Nicky. What I'm telling you is that there will be a quality player in the linebacking and in the defensive line that we're going to be like, man, I can't believe we let him go. We are going to say that when the 53 gets released. We're going to be pissed.
How many linebackers would you keep?
Just off the top of my head, of Hodge, Munson, Scarlett, one of those would get probably cut before Guevon does.
You got to remember, you got Landon Roberts, Jerome Baker, Channing Tyndall, Duke
Calvin
Riley,
Munson, Darius Hodge.
Calvin Munson's a great special teams player, bro.
He's not bad. How many linebackers are you going to keep, Steven? Because we have 3.
And I do agree, linebackers who play special teams.
And then you need at least 2 to 3 backups. So that's 5 to 6 right there.
I want to. So before I answer that question, let me say, let's go to the secondary, because the secondary's like, bro, I felt like all the game on Saturday, everybody was getting hurt. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
You know what pissed me off about
Nick Needham and his finger
is, dude, we haven't been able to get off the field in crucial scenarios. Like 3rd and long, we're not getting off the field. 4th and 8, we're not getting off the field.
Yeah,
I think that's what was really concerning. And that happened against the Bucks last week, and it happened again this week. I mean, the Raiders went down there with their backup offense and scored on basically our starters minus Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. Now, arguably, corner is the most important position on the defensive side of the field, that and an edge rusher. So when you don't have your 2 starting corners, I mean, that's stuff like that's going to happen.
You got Xavier, you got Byron, right? Obviously, right. Brandon Jones, Nick Needham, Keon Crossan has had a really.
Brandon Jones is a safety.
I'm just going secondary period at this point.
Just lumping him.
Javon
Holland, obviously. How did I forget him? He's the
McKinley.
Man. Elijah Hamilton, he's got to make this team, right? He's had such a good camp in preseason. And even Kohu has looked decent. I'm not saying I don't know if he's done enough to make the team, but he looks decent. Kader Kohu, he looks good. And we still got Verone McKinley. Now I haven't seen anything from
Crossan's going to make the team. Crossan's going to make the team. Keon Crossan,
Clayton Findulum. You already know how I feel about Clayton Findulum, y'all.
McKinley's a nice in training camp, man. He's had a decent camp. I'll take him. A little Holland chemistry.
You know, but I mean, if Noah makes this team, it is one reason and one reason only. It's because we do not have enough depth to stay healthy,
bro. He's not even depth. He's a walking liability.
Dude, he's a walking liability. I've been saying that now forever. I do
horrendous. I'd rather him not play.
Want Noah Igbinoghene to make this 53 at all.
He's bad.
None.
He's really bad.
Unless he's got crazy return skills out of nowhere. I'm okay with him not
bad.
making the team.
JM, I'm not even going to dignify that because I don't think that's a funny joke.
I think the secondary is in trouble.
Yeah, it went from deep to
Byron doesn't play.
A little shaky.
Like we could get away with it week 1. We could get away with it week 1 against the Patriots. Then week 2, we could get away with it against the Ravens. Week 3 against Buffalo, you can't get away with it. Week 4 against the Bengals, you can't get away with it. Say what you want about the Jets, but their receivers are not bad. I don't think you can get away with sending out a guy like Noah Igbinoghene to guard Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore. I don't see that happening. And then we play the Minnesota Vikings, who have arguably one of the best passing offenses in the NFL. We play a lot of good football teams with a lot of good wide receivers, and we need to be able to have secondary. We can't go out there and send Noah out there to guard anybody on any NFL roster. He can't even do it in the preseason. He can't even guard the 3s and 4s.
Yeah. Not pretty for Noah.
Florida-born, Kentucky-grown says we can't cut Noah because of the cap room. How much goes against the cap? Don't care. Don't even care.
It's not my money.
Dude, we paid Will Fuller $10 million to catch the ball 3 times.
4 times. Like you caught it 4 times. It was 4 passes.
When you give someone a contract, you already
That's
cut your
$2.5 million a catch.
You already cut your losses.
$2.5 million a catch, y'all.
We might lose money cutting him, but the team's going to lose revenue and ticket sales if Noah Igbinoghene has to go out there and be a starting cornerback. I'm not going to a game if he's starting. I'd rather just watch the Dolphins get burnt on my couch. If Noah's a starting cornerback for the Miami Dolphins, we are getting cooked. Cooked.
All right. So with that being said, let's go back to the original question. How many linebackers are making this team? Let me tell you, you gotta think of Landon Jerome, Melvin Ingram, Van Ginkel, Tyndall, Sammy Guevon, Calvin Munson, Duke Riley, Cameron Good have all done enough to make this team. That is 9 players that are all good enough to make this team. So I think Cameron Good doesn't make it because he's a rookie. And that's sad because he's had a real he's done. But bro, we're not keeping 9. Somebody's got to go.
Good's versatile. I like him.
Are you keeping him? we're not keeping 9 linebackers, guys.
How many? 6? 5?
7?
I think you have to have at least 5. You can't have one backup linebacker.
My heart tells me 5. My head says I hope it's 6 because.
All right, so here you have Baker, Roberts, Sam, Riley, Tyndall.
Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, I guess he is. Yeah.
Melvin Ingram's making this team.
I mean, of course he is.
Channing Tyndall's making this team. There's 4.
So do we count Phillips as a linebacker?
I don't know if I count Phillips or Ingram as like a linebacker.
I'm not counting Jalen
like Ingram's not really
a linebacker. I'm not counting Phillips
either.
as a linebacker. I'm counting Phillips as a defensive
Then why are you counting Ingram as a linebacker?
Yeah, they've been practicing on their own. They're doing like pass rushing stuff. Like Ingram worked like by himself.
But that goes back into my situation about the defensive line. Also, like there's going to be some quality players from there.
Stacked. I trust McDaniel to evaluate. I'm not tripping about that.
The point I will make is when the 53-man announcement comes down the pipe, there will be some people that'll be like, we cut this guy. He looks great or he's good. On the defensive linebacker, there will be 1 to 2 players where the fan base, I don't know if they'll lose their mind because it's not a quarterback or a wide receiver, but we should be I hope that doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. And I also know that it's going to be the decision that they're forced to make because there's just so much talent there.
I believe that the only person that could get cut on this team to get a rise out of our fan base is Skyler Thompson. I don't think anyone getting cut on the defense is going to keep this fan base up past 1 a.m. I don't. Maybe a couple of diehards like me or you will be like, yo, he's not.
I'm nervous about it, bro. Team. I'm so nervous about it.
Like, oh, he's not making.
I want Sammy Guevon so bad to make this team. I want Sam so bad.
But there's like a handful. There's like a handful of us, right? But the majority of the fan base, like, oh, he didn't make the team, whatever. And
even Penn still looked good in the fourth quarter. Like that kid looks good.
I like Cameron Good, man.
I love Cameron Good too, man. But you're not keeping him over Derek or Duke Riley, are you? Are you keeping him over Calvin Munson and Duke Riley?
Depends if Good can play special teams. Because if all Munson's giving me is
a lot of guys are going to make the team for special teams.
I don't think because
Lynn Bowden can go to a Pro Bowl if he runs back 6 kick returns for a touchdown.
That'd be beautiful.
That's not my hot take. I'm just saying, like he might be wide receiver 7, but he could be a special teams kick returner, punt returner that could be a difference maker.
Right now, who's your 6? Do you have 6 or 7 wide receivers?
I'll tell you right now. So Waddle, Tyreek, Cedric, Easy E, Preston.
Preston's not making this team.
I think he's going to make the team.
Preston in no way, shape, or form makes this team.
Why not?
He's like returning kicks like in the fourth quarter, man. I don't know.
No, he's not making this team, Cuz.
I'm
going to tell you right now, it's going to be Jalen, Tyreek, Cedric, Eric, Easy E. And by the way, Easy E's over Cedric. Just want to throw that out there. Okay, just for everybody to know. And then it's going to be Trent Sherfield.
Sherfield's nice.
Mohamed Sanu. And then Lynn Bowden. I think we go with 7. And River Craycraft, Preston Williams, and Braylon Sanders don't make it. And Braylon will be able to be on our practice squad.
I'm just saying, if Preston goes somewhere else, though, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts making some things pop.
Yeah,
that's why I want to trade him.
Nobody's saying he's a bad wide receiver. Nobody's saying he's not talented. I'm just telling you right now, he's not making it over what's here. And Mohamed Sanu,
maybe from an attitude standpoint, but from a talent standpoint, I mean,
the man can't stay healthy though. Nicky, what do you want? We talk about
you want to talk about guys not staying healthy? You want to talk about guys not staying healthy?
I'm just saying.
You want to talk about guys not staying healthy? Like the left tackle we just paid $85 million to, our starting quarterback, Raheem Mostert. You want to talk about guys not being healthy? I mean, we could go down the list, bro. We could go down the list of people not being healthy.
I'll take Preston at wide receiver 6 over Sanu.
All right, one more thing before we get into the quarterbacks. The center position. Connor Williams or Michael Dieter? Who do you guys think?
I think you go Dieter, move Connor to guard. If you do that, I think the offensive line's solid. I think it's very serviceable.
Nando,
fundamentally sound. Right
Connor
there.
Or Dieter?
Dieter at center, it's fundamentally sound. He knows how to snap it. It'll at least go smoother. And Connor Williams is just solid if anything, at least solid. If not, he could be a great left guard for us. It just solidifies more positions on the offensive line. If center's going to be a question mark anyways, I'd rather have it be played by a center. And
I'd rather have Liam as a backup.
Yeah, and
I'd rather have Liam as a backup.
Gives us depth on more pieces on the offensive line. Like, it solves just more problems, instead of solving one and creating another problem at guard,
Like, the guy that just commented, Dieter is trash at center. Like, Connor Williams isn't that great at center either. He's a much better guard than he is the center.
Much better
guard than he is the center.
And then putting him at center creates a little bit of an iffy issue at guard sometimes anyways, especially if someone goes down. Yeah, your voice sounded weird too when you caught the mic.
Bro, I had a spider crawling up on me, bro. I about freaked out.
That's one thing I don't do is spiders. I'm not a spider guy.
You handled that very calm for Spider-Man.
No, I would have been not, bro.
I don't know, man. My laptop would have definitely fallen to the ground. That's all I know.
I'd rather have Liam as a depth piece.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather because if you have Armstead and Connors on the same left side, you have a solidified left side of the offensive line. That's a great left side of the offensive line. Then you have Dieter at center. Obviously, he's not the best, but he's serviceable. He could at least snap the ball to Tua. Then you have Robert Hunt and AJ. Robert Hunt's been good, and AJ's still a project. So we drafted him to be a tackle. This is his chance to prove his worth as a first-round pick. And I think that gives us the best overall offensive line because right now I'm watching Connor Williams snap. He's not that great. He's not great snapping the ball. He's not great blocking after the snap. And Liam at guard, I mean, him and Larnell Coleman, if they're on the field together at the same time, we're
killed
doomed.
The spider. It's dead. I killed it. I'm sorry.
You're good, brother.
I get what you're saying, though, Nicky.
My life just flashed
before
my
if Larnell Coleman and, think about it. If Armstead and Connor Williams are at that left side, it's solidified. It's locked down. You can roll out to the left side and you're good to go. If Larnell Coleman and freaking Liam Eichenberger on the left side, I'm not rolling out the left side if you pay me.
You can't do anything on that left side.
It's terrible.
We had 3rd and 1. We didn't even get a yard running to the left side.
Not a yard?
Not a yard, bro.
3 feet.
Well, I'm freaking out now.
First play of the game. The quick pitch, untouched blitzer, blew it up in the backfield, -5 yards. I mean, our left side is horrendous, and I believe that if you move Connor Williams over and Teron Armstead's playing, that gives us a solidified top 15 left side of the offensive line. I think that's a great left side.
Yeah, you solve 3 of the 5 spots right there, and you just got to worry about center and right tackle, and that's it. But
if your first-round pick somehow becomes much better with all this new coaching and technique, then you have 4 out of the 5, and you could go get a new center next year. And it is, I don't know, man. I just think the best 5 we could put together would be Teron, Connor Williams, Dieter, Hunt, AJ. I think that's the best 5. I don't think Liam Eichenberg should be starting. I think he's a great backup. That's all he is, though. I don't think he's a starter.
He's got to develop more for sure, man. He's not looking like the guy yet. It's the fact that we had to move him from tackle to guard says it all, honestly.
Same with AJ, though. We did the same with AJ.
We're moving it back to tackle at least,
Because I'm just...
Yeah, Steven just had a battle, man. He's
Bro, I'm trying to... I do not like spiders. I hate them with a passion. I'm freaking out.
You look like you just fought a home invader, man.
Dude, but now I'm like checking everywhere in my...
That's what I'm saying. You're checking everywhere. You're checking your corners right now. Got to make sure no one else sneaks up on you.
So what did you guys been talking about for the last 5 minutes? Because I have not been paying attention. You guys are... So the consensus is Dieter at center, Connor at guard, right?
Yeah, move Liam Eichenberg to the
I was telling everyone that if you move Connor to left guard and you have Teron Armstead playing, that's a very solid left side of the offensive line. And then you have Hunt at right guard and AJ. And if he's developed, you have a pretty good right side. And then you could work on the centerpiece, But I think that's the best 5. I think Liam is a great guy to have as a backup because he could play multiple positions on the offensive line.
Dude, I'm freaking
just
out.
Not a fan of having Liam starting.
Yeah, definitely not a fan of the Liam starting, man.
This was just rubbing against, the court was just rubbing against my... I'm freaking out, bro. I do not like it. Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
Reset.
I'm trying to, but every time I feel something, I'm like, what's on my leg?
No, I get you, man. I've got a lot of spiders, where I live in Plantation, man, and they always get in my car, and I'm always driving away. and I'm pulling out of my driveway, and bam, spider on the dashboard.
I would it would not be good. Not be good.
I've punched my windshield before, man. It's not fun. It's
okay. All right.
Spider down though.
Now let's get into what everybody wants to talk about.
The meat of the issue.
The quarterback position.
Liam Eichenberg, QB1.
Liam Eichenberg, QB1, baby. So look, there's anybody. I just want to state for this, and I'm only going to say this. I'm not even going to have a discussion on it. Okay, this is what it is. If anybody gets on any platform and says, by any stretch of the imagination, that Skyler should start over Tua, I am not going to listen to you. I'm just not. I'm not going to listen to you. I love you, whoever you might be. I love you. Just not going to do it.
Skyler should not start over Tua, but this fan base should not be downsizing what Skyler has been doing in the preseason as a seventh round pick.
I'm going to get to that. Okay. But Skyler should not start over Tua.
Correct. Just like Tom Brady shouldn't have started over Drew Bledsoe, and then Bledsoe got knocked out and never got his job back. And all I'm saying is, God forbid, but if that were to happen and Skyler goes out there and he starts looking good, it is what it is, bro. I care about this football team. I'm not here for it.
I'm gonna say some things that are gonna get some people wound up this morning. Looking back at that game film, I love the Erik Ezukama one-handed catch. But why did he have to make it? Because he had to come back to it. Right?
Did you not see the shot Skyler took throwing the ball? I mean, you want to talk about underthrows, brother. You want to talk about underthrows. I mean, this happens in the league, bro. You think Skyler's the first quarterback to ever underthrow? It wasn't a lot. He was still able to make a play on it. If he underthrew it a lot, he would be able to catch the ball.
Before you jump down my throat, Nicky, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Come on.
The other thing I want to say is that he's a 7th round pick, and he's a rookie, and he's still learning. I have no problem. I think where this kid is at is he's great as QB number 2. I already think he should be QB number 2. And I have a lot more hope with him than I ever will with Teddy Bridgewater coming into a game. Okay? Let me just throw out the positives since people don't want me to talk about negatives. Fair. I love Skyler. I think he's great already. I think he's a great QB too. I don't think he's anywhere near Tua's level in my opinion yet. But he has his ceiling looks high. His ceiling looks very high. And if Tua were to go down with an injury, which to Nicky's point earlier, just like with Teron Armstead, the man hasn't played a full season yet, right? I am more hopeful that we can win football games with Skyler because there's just something, his moxie. The one thing that I tweeted out about the game that I thought was absolutely amazing is he had to call a timeout because the play clock went down to 0 or something. And Zaquandre White was the running back. And whatever he did, he messed up because as soon as he called the timeout, before they went to commercial break, you saw Skyler in Zaquandre's face. Bro, what are you doing? Like yelling at him.
He's a grown man. He's 25 years old.
And I would loved every second of it. I was like, yes, that's what I want to see.
He belongs in the league, brother.
He belongs in the league. He does. And I'm not saying that one day he is not going to be a starter somewhere or won't be. But now let me start saying some other things to the other side of this coin. A majority of his snaps have come against 3rd and 4th stringers. A majority of his snaps, he's run a very open playbook with almost everything at his arsenal, which, by the way, is a good thing too, because that means he's already there that he can do it, right? He looks very confident. There's not a lot of negatives to him. I do think he needs to work on his arm strength a little bit. I do think that he, as far as like when he was running away from the ball, running away from the defender, throwing the ball, there was some passes where I was like, man, that's just repetition and learning that and doing that in practices over a long period of time. I think that would get better. But I think him and Ezukama together, oh my God. They just looked in sync. Everything about him. And by the way, I'm not saying he has bad arm strength either. I'm just saying that there is room for improvement on the kid, and he's still learning.
Yeah, it's not a bad take. Like his draft profile, if you read it, it says functional arm strength. Like I get it, he's got a nice arm.
I'm not saying he has bad arm strength.
He doesn't have great arm strength, but he has the best arm strength on this team.
Yeah, that's a fine take. You know that's. Yeah. But it's just like I don't know.
And hands down,
people do start to get like go down the rabbit hole, man.
If Teddy was the backup,
he does throw a lot of wobbly balls, though. Skyler does throw some wobbles.
He does a good arm, but it's not like it's not a Josh Allen like Aaron Rodgers arm.
But if Teddy goes into the game because I was about to say Marino because people are talking about Marino in the chat.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not a Marino arm. Like
if Teddy goes or if Teddy has to go into the game, I'm gonna feel very sad and not very motivated. If Skyler goes into the game,
I'd be fired up.
Bro, I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's see what the kids got.
The energy at the stadium, you could tell that. It was like second, third quarter were boring, man. Fourth quarter was fun. The energy was back. It was picking back up. Whether that's just the fans rallying around him or whether that's the kids.
I got to point something out because Stephen D, you bring this up, and the first thing you talk about is Skyler underthrowing a ball that was caught. Granted, it was underthrown, but you're acting like it was
knew that would be the first thing that would get.
I can't finish, right? Now you're coming down my throat.
I'm sorry, Nicky. Right. Go ahead.
So he underthrew it. The ball was still caught, right? But he didn't underthrow it to the point where it was an uncatchable pass. But then you're going to sit here and completely ignore the two hole shots that he absolutely ripped 25 yards down the field. I mean, those were laser beams, bro. Like, I'm not saying he's Justin Herbert, but those are the type of throws that you see Herbert and these big arm quarterbacks make. He was ripping them down the field. And that throw to White, that touch pass out of the backfield, that was a perfect ball. That was a perfect ball. I thought Skyler played great. I thought he played great, man. I'm not saying he's better than Tua. He's not better than Tua. Right now, he does not give us a better chance to win than Tua does. But if Tua got hurt and they put out Teddy Bridgewater, like you said, man, I would be pissed off. I would be very pissed off.
I agree, especially after what we've seen in the preseason. Like, it's not like just training camp. Now there's actual game tape out there showing us that why not let Skyler rip instead of Teddy Bridgewater? And if there wasn't that guaranteed money, I don't even think we'd be having this debate. I think Teddy would be gone and it'd be Skyler QB2. I think he's earned it.
Look, here's a reality of the situation. Do you see a world where Teddy is not on this team, though?
No.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So we're keeping 3.
We're not the organization who would go out there and be like,
or you keep him on the practice squad and protect him. But dude, I would be livid if he was not dressed and ready to go if Tua were to get hurt in a game. Because Teddy Bridgewater, just like you said, Nando, I think you hit the nail on the head. He goes out there, even Stephen D. We're like, oh, it's Teddy. Like, even when I was watching, I was like, bro, this offense is going to look terrible. And then Skyler goes out there. He only plays a quarter and a half. I think he only played like the fourth quarter, really. The guy went out there and almost won us the game. He got us down the field and allow us to get in a position to win the game.
The energy.
I think Skyler brings the energy. He gets the offense going. He's got that leadership trait, like you said. He's over there ripping White because he lined up wrong or whatever the hell it was. I like that. And the praise that he's getting from the coaching staff means more than anything that us 3 are saying. If you guys don't believe what we're saying about Skyler Thompson, listen to what the head coaches and the coaching staff is saying about Skyler Thompson, because they are very impressed with this kid as a 7th-round pick.
Definitely, and that's what all the reports were coming out of, like, into the league was. This is a 25 years old. He's a great veteran. Like, he's been formed. He's got good leadership, great locker room presence, and that's what he's shown. Like, on the field too, he's able to grasp it. It's not like a 22-year-old rookie screaming at you. It's a 25-year-old man. Like, it's a guy with a presence, a guy who's had a lot of college experience. He's got a lot of football experience in general. It's not some bright-eyed, bushy-eyed kid who's just had 1-2 years flash in the pan and then just came to the NFL.
Let me state for the record that very same drive, Zaquandre ended up going and scoring the game, or not game winning, but he ended up scoring the go-ahead touchdown, if I'm correct. And yeah, he just looked. Zaquandre looked good. I don't know if it wasn't the go ahead, but he scored the touchdown no matter what. So, here's my thing. I don't think we should keep Teddy. I think we should cut him or trade him. I understand he'd be a $6.5 million cap hit. Don't care. I understand that Noah would be a cap hit. Don't care. I personally believe that Teddy Bridgewater and Noah Igbinoghene should not be on the 53-man. That is my hot take.
Yeah, a tightly run.
And I don't think it's that hot.
A tightly run front office would cut them, but I don't see the Dolphins being that front office to just eat $11 and $12 million.
I mean, between the two of them, but to
one of
Nicky's
them.
point earlier, it's credibility and accountability, right?
Oh, I think we all think this should go.
And it's if we know that these guys are not going to put us in the best chance to win, why keep them?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If Noah gets on the field, liability.
A tough nuts.
If Teddy gets on the field, I don't have faith that he can win us football games. I don't have faith in Teddy.
No bueno from Teddy, man. I just think it's.
Do you agree or disagree with me?
I think Teddy sucks.
Okay, we're on the same page.
I was always a fan of him, man, and then I've got to see a lot more of Teddy this offseason through the little training camp blends, and it's not been pretty, man.
And one last thing, Gesicki, by the way, also doesn't need to make this team. He's a liability too.
That's wild. That's a hot ass take.
Yep.
Just cut him, bro.
I'm not saying cut him. I'm saying trade him. He definitely has trade value. Just
I'm about trading him. I would not lose.
No. I'm saying I'm not saying to release him. I'm saying trade him. He needs to go. He's a liability too. Because when I saw that Teddy Bridgewater safety, and I saw that his hand was still in the dirt when the pass rusher was already past him, bro, that bothered me. Like, that bothered the heck out of me. I was like, bro, you are a top 5 tight end in the league when you're on. But the issue is you're not a tight end. You play the slot. You're not a tight end. And right now, this team doesn't need wide receivers. We're good on that. Am I putting because here's the other thing too, right? Would you take as a wide receiver Gesicki over Lynn Bowden, Mohamed Sanu, or Trent Sherfield? The last 3 guys in the wide receiver that I think are going to make the team or have the biggest chance to make the team. Bowden, Sanu, Trent Sherfield. Would you take Gesicki over those three guys playing a wide receiver?
Talent-wise, yeah. Like, it's Mike Gesicki. He's massive.
Playing wide receiver, not playing tight end.
Like, not slot, like outside.
Yep.
I mean, Gesicki doesn't line up outside like a wide receiver.
I've never seen him do
it. So he has liabilities if he were to just go, and they're not converting him. So he would be here as a tight end. And in this offense, to play tight end, you have to block. He does not block.
I agree with you, but we just franchise tagged him.
Trade him.
And then who wants to eat his contract if he can't block?
So I'm saying it need to be a team that wants a receiving threat.
But so here's the issue, Nicky. We all clearly see 3 things. We all clearly see it. Noah, Teddy Bridgewater, and Mike Gesicki all have big, major liabilities if they are on the field. Correct? They all have liabilities. Gesicki has upside to him. Don't get it twisted. He's a playmaker. Love the guy. But if he's playing from the tight end slot, he is a huge liability. So if we know that, and we know what the offense we're going to run, why is it that these 3 guys cannot get out of here? Like, why can't we find a way to trade them? Like, I don't care about dead cap money. I just don't. I'd rather have a younger guy that has a better opportunity to play. I'm going to tell you right now, I think Ethan Carter is a 10 times better run block or run and pass blocker at tight end than Gesicki will ever be in his entire career. Anybody disagree?
We can trade him down then. No, if we can trade him, we get good value for him. Why not? Send it away right now. Put it in the drafts, call him up. Good to go. But at least
some people said you can work around the blocking. No, you can't. No, you can't. Not in this offense. And Alec Ingold's going to get time Alec Ingold as the fullback will get time at the tight end position because he can block.
He's a fullback.
He will. You didn't see Kyle Juszczyk playing the tight end sometimes in San Fran?
I mean, yeah, he'll get lined up that way, but I'm not saying
that
we're not going to line up Alec Ingold.
Because he can block.
I'm aware of that. I'm just saying we're not lining up Alec Ingold in the slot to go catch a 10-yard out route.
Never. I understand that. And in this offense, are we going to see Gesicki do that often? No, not with the depth that we have at wide receiver.
Gesicki catches the ball every single preseason game.
I get it, man.
He was pretty targeted.
Like, he's been getting targeted every single game.
So, Nicky, do you want Gesicki on the team or do you not want him on the team? Yes or no?
If we get the right trade for him, I would not care. But I'm not just going to
have
the guy on the team.
That's fair. Let's break this down even more. We don't get the right trade for him. He stays. You're keeping him on the 53. How often is Gesicki going to play in this offense?
What do you mean? He's the starting tight end.
Is he, though?
Like, yeah, 100%. He's the starting tight end.
So,
and then
so
when
we
need
start.
someone
So
to block,
okay,
we go
okay,
12.
all right. Let's keep going. Let's keep playing this out. Week 1, we play the New England Patriots. Week 2, we play the Ravens. Let's say after those 2 games, I don't even think I need to go after 2 games. I can say after 1. Bill Belichick's not going to notice that when this guy's in, we're going to get our best pass rusher against him and start going after Tua. He's a liability, bro.
That's been his knock for 3 years, and we just franchise tagged him. What does that tell you from the organization?
In 3 years, he's also been our wide receiver because all of our wide receivers end up going down. Who's been our number 1 the last 2 years here? Devontae Parker. Is Devontae Parker a number 1 wide receiver? Anyone?
He is in New
England.
Well,
that's because New England sucks too. But that's not what I'm going for. Mike Gesicki played at the wide receiver position because he could, because there wasn't enough healthy people at the wide or talented enough people at the wide receiver position to make him play from his true position, which should be tight end. And he is not a good tight end. He's not. He's a great playmaker. He's a great pass catcher. He's arguably one of the best passing catchers in the league.
So who's the best tight end on this team?
I'm going to say Durham Smythe. All around.
Okay, so his blocking ability is so much better than Mike Gesicki's that it outweighs Gesicki's ability to catch the football.
And this offense, 100%, yes. And I'm telling you, because here's the other thing too, dude. I remember last year multiple times where I'm like, why is Gesicki not in the game? Why is Gesicki not in the game? Gesicki wasn't in the game. I know now. Gesicki wasn't in the game because
we all know that. We all know that
bro.
when we drafted him. We all knew that when we drafted him.
I get it.
I really thought he was going to improve at least a little bit more though entering this season.
But look, nobody's denying his pass catching ability. Nobody's denying that he's not a playmaker. But if he's only going to see the field, to your point, Nicky, 20% of the plays, 15% of the plays. So we're franchising a guy at the top 3 of his position to be on the field 20% of the time.
He's not on the field 20% of the time.
If he can't freaking block, that's what's going to happen.
The guy had 73 catches last year.
And he will not have that this year.
I'd hope not. I'd really hope not.
Way less.
And I agree. And I'm not a Mike Gesicki fan. I'm just saying. I'm not cutting him, first of all. That's just ridiculous. I think he's more talented than Durham Smythe.
I think if we
traded him for the right trade, by all means, get him off my team. I could care less. To your point,
what is the right
trade? I think
trade?
he needs to be a good blocker. Trade? You got to get a second for him. A second or a third.
You're not getting that for him.
Well, if you don't get that, you already franchise tagged him, and then you let him go somewhere else. That's it.
I think
But you're going to sit here and wait 3 years for Noah Igbinoghene and all these other players, right?
Yeah.
And you got Mike Gesicki, you just franchise tag him. If you're not getting a 2 or 3 at worst for him, you ride it out. And if he susucks,
I don't say you ride it out. You know what? This is where we disagree. I think you just take the highest bid. Who cares what it is?
I would be fuming if we gave up Gesicki for a 6th-round pick.
Or like
I don't
even
think
a 4th,
it would be
man.
a 6th round. I think it's gonna be a 3rd or 4th. And if you can get anything, and you can get his money off the book,
you don't franchise tag someone and trade him for a 4th-round pick.
Yeah, that's two rounds back from when we drafted him from.
No one is gonna take him on a franchise tag. They're not. Can you even trade someone on a franchise tag?
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
you can. Okay.
Is
there something where like you can't trade someone off of like Like that, it happened with some other player. It's like some certain extension. I don't know. I got to look that up. But I know there's something like where you can't trade someone.
Maybe like the transition tag's a little different.
I know there's something like that like blocks you from getting traded.
Like the one that they put Kenyon Drake on.
Moral of the story is no one's going to take him on a franchise tag. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. People want to get into this, and they want to talk to you guys and me. Okay? So we're going to open up the lines one at a time. We're going to bring people on. Get in with your questions. Get in with your takes.
Ready for Skyler Thompson talk.
That's exactly what I think is about to happen, which is fine. It is what it is. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I'm your host, Stephen D. We got my man Nicky Smokes below. Nicky looks like he was ready to strangle me a couple times this morning. That's okay though. I still love you, Nicky.
I still love you too, bro.
And then we got Nando talk.
Bro, what is up with this, man?
Nando, I know your stuff's been messing up all day, Nicky. All day.
Wow.
That's okay though. We love you.
Rough Monday.
Another Monday. It is what is it? It is Therapy Mondays here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. When we win, it's Victory Monday. But today is Therapy Monday.
Plenty of Victory Mondays to come, huh?
Yes. Plenty of victories Mondays to come. But we did lose on Saturday, so we had to have this. So we what are you watching? We hear it. Whoever's got somebody playing in the background.
I thought I had the mic muted.
You did not have the mic muted. You're not paying attention to me, Nicky. Way to be invested in the show.
Dog, someone just sent me the craziest Skyler take I've ever seen.
I've seen some pretty crazy Skyler takes. All right, we're going to get into it. Let's start bringing people on. First person we're going to bring on is my man, Cap for Life. Cap for Life, what's up, Cap?
Cap, my dog.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm going to keep it short because I know my reception sucks. I just need to find out why is it that we're keeping everything so vanilla in the first half, but we decide to open things up in the second. It's beyond me. And the politics, gentlemen, like we're all to agreement that, Iggy is a liability. Gesicki is a liability. I mean, we're starting to look into situations where, when is the politics going to stop? We know the other teams have players that are, 7th rounders, 4th rounders. They get shots, they get chances. I mean, when is it do we say enough with the contract talks, let the best players play?
So I'm with you there personally.
What you trying to say, Cap?
Oh, he's definitely calling you out, Nicky.
No, I'm just saying it feels like.
I'm saying like which player is on your mind right now that you think is getting too much money and he's playing too much? Who's on your mind?
No, I'm just saying. Look in general. Look at the numbers. Look at the money when we speak about it. We all know that I just mentioned a couple of names there, and we're in agreement with it. But yet, now we don't know about Crossing and Alexander, so it feels like we're going to be force-fed the situation at the cornerback spot. I mean, why is it that we're being force-fed other issues right now, knowing that we need a running game? Why can't we package a deal with Iggy and Gesicki for an elite running back? That way we won't have these issues with 2nd down and 1 yard and 3rd down and 1 yard. I mean, please.
Someone would have to be more drunk than Nando to accept the trade for Noah.
A lot more Trulies in the morning accepting Gesicki Igbinoghene trade for a top flight running back.
And we know that Houston's GM, the one that we traded, is not in the league anymore. So we'd have to find another.
They kicked my cousin out, man. Shame.
Bill O'Brien.
I'm just saying, man, the situation with Edmonds is not going to last long. Like I said, I've seen it with Reggie Bush, Lamar Miller, and Kenyon Drake. And you're expecting to get first down after first down instead of getting a running back that could just take it to the house. Need to figure that out.
Cap, I will say this. I running back is far down on the chart for me to address right now. I'm not too worried about it.
You better be worried. There's 3 weeks left.
So here's the thing. People are going to be like, oh, but you had 7 yards. I don't think that's on the running back.
The offensive line is.
Dude, I think that's just watch the offensive line.
And when Skyler Thompson is your second leading rusher, that's a problem.
But
that's not the running
game,
back,
bro.
If you're watching the tape, like the offensive line is just getting manhandled. It's not like they're missing.
Of course,
clubs.
I'm not arguing that one bit. We know the pass pro is better than the run block. That's no argument there.
Cap,
but I'm saying like even if you had Derrick Henry back there, it wouldn't matter. Like we would still we might have had 9 yards instead of 7.
We got guys that don't weigh more than 240, 230, 220. Well, we got them almost weighing at a 200.
Okay, you don't know he'd do good. It's pretty simple then. If we don't know he'd do bad, you don't know he'd do good.
Nando, speak of that, man. What's up with Sony Michel, bro?
I thought he was going to ball out, man. He's not been doing so well in the start, man. I thought even at least in the at Hot Rock, he'd be going, huh?
What's up with Jared Dokes?
We just don't have a power back, it seems like. It goes more to the run blocking again, man. Like,
you get where I'm going, right?
Yeah. If you want to train a power back for Mike Gesicki and Igbinoghene, I'm down. But unless it's Derrick Henry, there's not really a back out there that's worth that value.
Tony Pollard, send him to Dallas, bro. Send all these guys to Dallas for Tony Pollard now.
And by the way, Capital, just for your clarification, Tennessee Titans leading rusher this past game was Malik Willis with 42 yards. I don't think they're worried about their running back position, though.
No, Malik has legs. He's athletic.
I'm just saying, man, you want to live by the sword and die by the sword with this RPO. You better hope it works.
I'm just saying there's a lot more things that we need to address besides the running backs. And look, my opinion is I don't know if Sony Michel or Myles Gaskin makes this. I think if Gaskin makes this teams, it'll be because of his pass blocking abilities out of the backfield more than anything. But I don't know if those two guys actually make the team. I'm very interested to see how this third preseason game goes. If we see a guy, and Zaquandre Wright also has stepped up too, right? So
he's looking nice, man. I don't think I'm going to get a Sony jersey. It's looking sad.
I mean, I'll say this right now. I'll go out on a limb. I don't think Sony Michel makes the 53. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get his jersey, man. I said if he makes the 53, I'm down to cop it, but it's not looking like it's going to be the case. So. Yeah.
Cap, anything else before I let you go here, big guy?
Nah, man, I feel like you're gonna have a long day ahead of you, brother. So just thanks a lot for your time, man. You guys be good, man.
Yep.
Easy,
bye,
Cap.
All right, that is Cap for life. All right, next we're gonna have I believe this is my man Chris Delakis. Is this Chris Delakis?
You bet you. If it is, I totally cursed and I forgot about the what am I up to? Like $1?
You're at least up to $2. $3. $100. $5.
Listen, I'm not going to discount anything that Skyler Thompson has done this offseason, but at this point, whoever's preaching for Skyler Thompson to be our quarterback one before the season starts is out of their mind. This is Tua's team, plain and simple. I think we have bigger concerns to worry about. The fact that we have a non-existent run game right now. Be worrying about a non-existent battle between Tua and Skyler Thompson. I mean, we put up, 7 rushing yards for the half? Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely unacceptable. This is a repeat of 2021 all over again. I thought we solved this issue. I guess we didn't. Offensive line, we need a center.
Do you put that on the offensive line or do you put that on the running backs, Chris Delakis?
No, if you got to put it on the offensive line, I'll put that on the running backs.
Okay.
Chase Edmonds is a great running back. He's going to do well for us.
He's going to do great.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I wouldn't mind seeing if we are playoff contention come the start of November. When's the trade deadline? End of October or end of November? I forget which one.
Usually like first week in November, I think, or end of October, around there.
Yeah.
I could see the Giants shopping Saquon Barkley. I really could, and I wouldn't mind him on the team if we're going to make a deep playoff run.
If he's healthy, and we didn't have to give up a lot for him, maybe I would consider it.
I think if anything, if Saquon gets
coming back, where is Saquon Barkley getting dropped by the Giants?
I've said this.
I think he means more like traded away.
Designed, we haven't seen a lot of trade deadline deals in the NFL. But for some reason, I was having this conversation with somebody. I do think there's going to be a buttload of trade deadline deals this year in the NFL. I don't know why.
Johnny, do you mean like drop, like trade away, right? Not like
trade away. Yeah, trade away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to.
I think the Giants in Seattle are going to be selling the deadline this year.
I would take Saquon Barkley, but I mean, like, depends on the price.
As far as Mike Gesicki goes, we should have traded him when we had the chance. I think his trade value dropped, if anything. Unfortunately, I said it during that Giants game. If a ball is hitting you in the freaking helmet and you can't catch that, but you're over there, jumping for first downs and stuff like that, just get off this team at this point. Same situation happened.
So what do you do with Gesicki, Chris Delakis? What do you do with him?
I think you get a third for him. I think you get a third for him. I don't think you can get a second.
Or what if it's a fourth?
It's too low.
So you let him stay on this team.
It's too low. We got to keep him on the team.
So then you don't care that you're playing a franchise tag to only play 25%. or 30% of the snaps?
Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna. I don't think anyone. I don't think they're gonna sell him for a fourth. Third is obviously my bottom line. I don't think fourth is just too low.
So, but then the
but
question,
I do like
Delakis,
Durham
is:
Smythe.
are you okay with having a franchise tag play 30% of the snaps on this team?
No, to be honest, not okay with it.
So which one are you less okay with or more okay with? I don't know how I should phrase the question, less or more, but would you rather get rid of him for a 4th round pick, or would you rather him sit on the bench and only play 30% of the snaps?
As crazy as it's going to sound, I wouldn't want somebody to rob us. I'd rather be by our own demise, so I'd rather put him on the bench and let someone else give them take advantage of us. That's just how my brain works.
I disagree with you, but that's fine. To each his own, and I feel like whatever you can get for him, with the exception, I think 5th, 6th, or 7th, no. But I think if I can get a 3rd or 4th for him, I make that trade all day long for Gesicki and get his money off the Bucks.
Unless it's an AFC East, man. Like if we trade him, like
I get that, but if it's an AFC East, then I would even say 2nd round pick at that point. Like,
no, yeah, I'm saying I'm not getting fleeced by. I'm not getting robbed by an AFC.
What is going on with my shit?
Oh yeah, Nicky, I like that.
What's up, Nicky?
Right now,
Victory
Nicky,
Monday.
I'm just gonna stay like this. I'm staying like this. Look at this stash, though. That thing is popping.
You look like Roach.
The stash is popping on there, my guy.
That's it's a real stash.
Do you like it?
Yo, you got to keep it like this. This is pretty sick.
Nicky's in the alternate world where the Dolphins
look at the smile. You can even tell when he's smiling.
That's the victory. That's the Victory Monday kind of vibes right there.
I like it. All right, Chris Delakis, anything else for us, big guy?
I to be honest with you, this past weekend just deflated a lot of my hopes. I felt good about it after the first preseason game. I'm terrified about what's going to happen.
Why are you terrified?
Don't
that
be
run
afraid.
game. The run game. The run game is like, there was one thing I thought I was like concrete about, was that we were going to have a great run game. First 2 preseason games did not sell me whatsoever. I'm like, this is going to be 2021 all over again. So yeah, I'm very much worried about
will you? My question is, will you, if they come out of here 1-1 or 2-0 after the first 2 weeks, and at least one of those games they have a 100-yard rusher, which I believe that they will. Okay.
Who's our second game?
Baltimore.
No, I need to see the first 4 games.
I don't know, man. I'm going to triple down. Sonny Michel, big baller game, week 1, revenge game versus the Patriots.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think we're going to kill them. That's just
they traded him away for like a 6th round pick. They disrespected the first rounder, man. He won them a ring.
He was
revenge
a first
game
rounder.
Yeah, man.
I feel like when you're a 1st round pick by the Patriots, though, you're really like a 3rd.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys all a question?
So sad when he got drafted
since I'm up here.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you guys all? We're all so focused on, the actual players. I want to ask you guys, what do you all think of Mike McDaniel so far these past 2 games?
Well, with the exception of the 4th and 7th, in the second quarter, I have had no issues with anything he's done, with the exception of that. And even that, I don't. I was saying that for your take. I personally don't have any issue with him. I'm excited about him. I like that he iced a kicker in a preseason game in the first week. Like, that was funny as heck to me, and it worked, which made it even better. I like the guy.
You think he's holding back?
I don't have an opinion on him until I start seeing him in the regular season, where he's actually scheming up an offense that he wants to put on tape. So I don't have anything there, but I will admit I was watching the second preseason game and I was getting some Adam Gase vibes with these like stupid bubble screens on like 2nd and 14. Like, I was getting PTSD all over again. But I'm not going to sit here and call him Adam Gase. I'm going to give him a chance. I'm not judging our head coach until I see him game plan for a regular season game.
The question is, do you think he's holding back a lot of what he's going to be doing? Do you think these are vanilla? Sure. Do you think these are vanilla on purpose?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to Miami Polkins though.
Mr. Polk.
Mr. Polk.
Mr. Polk.
That'll solve all the Dolphins problems right there. If we go out there and draft him, Bijan Robinson from Texas, that man is a dog.
I think if the Niners pick goes really bad, me and my buddy have been talking about Bijan Robinson since like Madden 2020, bro. Kid's a monster.
Yo, shout out to Nicky's camera. You just gave me a shot of his crotch.
I was about to say,
That was
Nicky,
awesome.
what were you
No,
trying
that was
to
my
show?
stomach. That was my stomach.
Bro.
Nicky crotch.
Dog, my
All right, guys.
stomach is
Fins
getting
up.
too big.
I'll catch you up on the next one.
Love you, Chris.
John, fins up, my guy.
Brother. All right, let's bring in our next guest. I got a whole bunch of people. Guys, stay on. I'm going to bring all of you on. Just stay on. Okay. I'm going to bring on our next guest, who's usually the producer of this show.
Roach.
He had a lot of beef this morning. What's up, man?
Roach,
What's
man.
up?
Did you go to Arby's with all that beef you had this morning, man? You didn't like our takes.
No, I ran out of drinks. All I got in the fridge right now is
Twisted Teas, bro. You and Nando talk.
It's time to get twisted,
Those are
man.
fire.
I love some tweets.
I need somebody to make a video of Teddy getting sacked, but instead, like, he gets hit in the face with a twisted tea in the end zone. But that
Don't disrespect
Teddy's done.
Twisted Teas like that.
Teddy's done, bro. I'm
Teddy's
done with Teddy. Teddy's done. The fourth down conversion, I'm cool with it, only because I'm looking at it as 3 different games. Okay, I'm looking at Tua game, I'm looking at Teddy's game, I'm looking at Skyler's game. So at the end of Teddy's game, they go for it on fourth down. It was towards the end of his turn, right?
Yep.
And
Second quarter.
right, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, if this is the end of his game, that's essentially the fourth quarter for him, right? And they're like, what pressure? This is a perfect pressure situation to see if he can get above it. He gave up the safety. Now let's see if he can convert this fourth down, and he couldn't do it. So
Teddy Bridgewater definitely scares me. I do want to hear if there's anybody who was on the side that Skyler's not the 2 and is the 3. I would be very interested to hear their argument on
did you see my graphic I made about Skyler and Terminator?
I saw, yeah.
Anybody else see it?
Go to Discord. Check out our Discord.
I tweeted it to Nicky too. I didn't know Nando's Twitter, so I couldn't tweet it to him.
Nando talk, but
Nando
text
talk.
it.
He's already got a slogan in Dolphins land.
Skylineer.
Sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit.
Actually, I want everybody to see this. Can I share it, Steven? And
Do it. I want to see it.
They want to see it. Hold on.
I'll let you share it.
All right, there it is. Look at that. What do you think?
Damn, you just have Tua sitting there in the fire. So you're bought in on Skyler being QB1.
Oh, dude, I'm done with Tua too, man. So what that he? so what?
Roach, I was with you for a second, man.
So-
I can't get with you, man.
So what that Tua looked to his left, went to the middle, and then still checked it down.
That's what everybody was complaining about. Everybody
Right?
wanted to see these progressions.
I want to see a guy with some cojones that's just going to go out there and
So
sling it.
everybody knows Roach is definitely trolling right now.
I'm not
he's
trolling.
trying to-
I've been
trying to
thinking
give
about
you
this
an
for the
out.
last
You're
2
not
hours.
even let me give you an out.
No, when Skyler came on the field, was there not a different energy?
I just want to state the views of Roach do not represent Miami sports music
Look.
in any way, shape, or form. They are the views of Roach.
No,
So-
but Roach, let Roach have his moment. This
Yeah.
is a serious take. This is not
So-
a troll.
So this is me saying that, like, Tua's boring. The dude's boring, man. Like, it was. You watch him.
Boring. I'll give you that.
It's like
I'll give
watching
you
a
that.
Honda Civic in NASCAR. That's what
What
it's
are you
like.
gonna call Skyler Thompson though?
Skyler Thompson is the what do you call the car in the front of the pole car or whatever it's called? Is that what you call it?
The pace
Like
car.
Like the Camaro, the pace car. Yeah, he's the pace car, man. Okay, right now.
Are you trying to
He
give me
comes out in
NASCAR?
certain situations when needed, and then we put him away and
And-
don't use him.
But here's the thing: is he brought an energy that we don't see on our team, a gunslinger mentality that they thought they're getting out of Cutler when Adam Gates brought that clown in, but he was asleep the whole time. But now we got Skyler, dude, and this dude was that one throw he threw to E where E had to like catch it in his gut, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, it's a short throw." Go back and look at it. He got nailed when he threw that ball. He threw it off his back foot while getting hit. That's why it was short. If he was able to step into it, he would have led that guy. Dude would have took off. Go watch it. And
So Roach, right hand to God, or right hand to whatever the heck you believe in.
Terminator
Skyler-
would take God out, bro.
Right hand to
Skyler-
Terminator.
Yep.
Skyler is your QB1.
Why not? What has Tua shown that says that he's going to take us anywhere?
Yeah.
What has Tua ever shown you in the last 2 years that says he's just not average?
But this is
average quarterback can get you to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's what you want?
You're not making a case, Steven. You kind of just agreed with Roach.
No, I don't. I don't think that he's average. I think he's shown flashes over his 2 years where he is 13-8. What do you want from this guy?
That 13-8 is prefaced on the defense.
13-8
on the defense. Don't give all wins just to a quarterback because the defense wins you games. Just saying.
So you think
it's a team sport? It's a team sport.
Time out. You think
Tom Brady Super Bowls?
You're going to sit here. And
why did Tom Brady get Super Bowls? Because of his team around him. Because he took less money.
Are you going to let me argue with you? You're going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that you believe that a quarterback who's a third string quarterback who's been playing against third and fourth stringers is automatically better than Tua today. You're ready to start Tua week 1 versus New England. I mean, you're ready to start Skyler week 1 versus New England. Is that what you're telling me?
Because Skyler, no? Listen, because Skyler, no? I just said yes. Did you not hear?
Crazy.
Turn up your volume. So
crazy.
Skyler is going to make a throw and a decision that Tua's too scared to make.
Will it be the right
Skyler basically went out there, threw all these balls all over the field, teabagged Tua's helmet, and then Tua went to the press conference and was like, so Skyler's getting comfortable, huh? Like, the dude was intimidated as hell.
No way, bro.
Well, no, that was, you got to bring the context.
I love the fact that people look.
He's so Skyler. I'm gonna say this
has no bearing on being the greatest producer.
Skyler's so much into his head that at 10 o'clock when Tua normally goes to stall number 1 to take a crap, Skyler's already in there and already took the clean toilet. He's got sloppy seconds in the bathroom too, bro.
Didn't even flush it for him. He said, "You take care of that."
Tua is definitely better than Skyler. I mean, week 1, I'm sending Tua out there over Skyler. But like I said, if Tua were to go down, I'd rather see Skyler go out there than Teddy.
My argument isn't
Ken
that.
Rosa says I'd rather have a boring quarterback like Kirk Cousins who can win games than the up and downs of a gunslinger.
What has Kirk Cousins won? He's 0-15 on prime time.
Wait, time
Kirk
out.
was not the right defense there, man.
That was a bad one.
Time out. Are we now also stating that Skyler Thompson is Kirk Cousins? Because it's getting deep if it is.
No,
what?
Saying,
he's saying Tua. He's saying Tua is Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
That's what we're saying. That's a bad defense.
I'm saying Skyler, he has this moxie and this attitude, right? And he's not even coming in there and joke around because even Tua said in that interview when he was like, so Skyler's getting comfortable because he thought.
I mean, yeah, he's got no pressure.
He thought the guy was saying that Skyler was making a joke.
Look,
Skyler knows he's not going to start. I put no pressure either.
Like, Roach is speaking facts. Roach is over here speaking.
You know why? Because
people can't have opinions.
I don't have my hand.
I let everybody have opinions up here. Steven. You know that. I'm good.
I disagree with Roach. But I can see why people have the opinion.
No, I don't.
My main argument
I don't agree
is
with it.
So Nicky, my main argument is that Skyler brings this ability to just fucking go for it, and I'll pay the swear jar. And he makes that ability to go for it, right? And just throw a ball and take a shot and trust his wide receivers. Tua's not going to do that.
I knew. So this is why I wanted to wait to have this, Nando, at the very last. Like, I wanted to get through all the talking points of everything else today. And I'm glad we did, because I'm glad I got to say it, because this is insane. The fact that you all truly believe that Skyler Thompson is a better quarterback than Tua, B, should already be starting in the NFL. I'm not. I'm just saying in general. Not you, Nicky.
Just because, like, when people watch his back and they see that, like, you can't.
See, it's almost
in that category.
See, all these Tuaneers, y'all need to wipe Tua's dry spud out of your eyes so you can see the game and realize that he's just an average guy.
And so
I'm not even sure he wants to be a pro football player. I'm almost on the assumption that I'm almost think that he played football in high school because of his dad. In college because of his dad. His dad's living with him now. His dad's at practice in the facility. This is all for his dad. I'm sure he's having conversations with his new wife saying, look, we got these millions. We don't really need to play football anymore. He just doesn't have that fight to him, man.
I don't know about that, man.
Why is he out there at 2:30 going through the game warm-up?
Stadium at 2:30 in the afternoon working on plays by himself.
It wasn't by himself. That was probably written by his dad. Probably told him to do it.
Put the thing on, Nando. Put the thing on, Nando.
I know, bro. Put the thing on.
Give me my
Alex. Whatever
his dad sent him out
there.
Go out there.
Apparently, Caller said the same thing. Caller said the same thing.
Well, look, y'all both are crazy. That's what I'll say, because it's an insane. Look, thank you, Roach. I need to get something.
And if Caller said it first, hey, you're a smart man, dude. If you said that first, go for it.
You think his dad is commanding him to go to the game? If you don't go there, I'm going to spank your ass so hard with your golf clubs.
Probably.
You better show up there for him.
He probably still does get spanked.
We are sitting here questioning this man's love for the game. He was at the stadium. Like, this is what I'm going to say.
After the game,
literally,
you throw a touchdown to him.
There's literally nothing this man can do. There's nothing this man has done. Like, short of winning a playoff game.
Now I got to make a new one of him getting spanked by his dad. That's my next image.
This is insane.
That would be insane. That would be like crossing the line.
Now, if you guys watch the field this year, I'm pretty sure his next interception, you're going to see his dad have him bend over the bench, and he's going to be spanking him on the sideline. Watch. And when that happens, y'all going to remember this moment.
We're going to remember. We're going to see Galu. The belt of Galu will truly dispel.
And Skyler's just going to be sitting there looking at him like, man, this is sad.
Roach,
all these politics. It's all politics, bro.
Roach, do you have anything else you want to say? Because I got people in the back room, and you are.
Oh, you're going to kick me off, huh?
I'm not. I let you say. Don't
it's
get
not
that.
Politics, Roach, man. Like,
I'm out. Two things. Because don't go start that narrative, Roach. The floor is yours. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? I don't want you to feel that I'm kicking you off. I just want to get to other people that are in the back room.
Oh, well.
But I want to make sure I want everybody to know you are free to tell. The floor is yours. I'm going to shut up for a minute. Go ahead. I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
So Noah needs to go too. I think you'll agree with that one. Mm-hmm. And Gesicki, hey man, level 2 dude says free Roach. Yeah, man. So, anybody who wants to join the fan club, go to @Sky'sTheGuy on Twitter. Okay. And that image I made is on Discord, free use. Anybody can post it anywhere they want. You can reuse it. You can take credit for it. I don't care. You can make money off of it. Put it on a coffee cup. Put it on a T-shirt, and wear it to the stadium. So,
Sky's the guy.
Sky's the guy. Boom.
Love you, Roach.
You can remove me from the show if you feel like it.
Tip of the hat to you, my friend.
Are you playing with a puppet? Oh, you want permission to talk? Sure, go for it.
All right, thank you. I was waiting for that because I don't ever want to get the narrative confused that Steven doesn't allow people of any crazy notion or take to say what they want.
Why is it gotta be crazy?
I'm sorry. You know what?
Sky's the guy.
Rephrase what I said.
That offended me.
I want any viewpoint that you have. You are more than welcome to come on this show and talk about what you want to talk about. But that doesn't mean that it's not crazy take. That doesn't mean that it's not absolutely bananas, bonkers, insane take, or that I will agree with it. But I want you to know you are more than welcome to share this take, and I've given you adequate and such time to be able to say whatever it is you
appreciate
wanted to say, right? I get it. I want people to know they are welcome.
Yeah. I'll peace out. Welcome. Just guys, get the spud out of your eyes, okay? And you'll be able to see what's going on.
Hey, hit the like button too, guys. Hit the like button.
How many likes
to the channel? Let's go. Okay. All right. Get out of here.
Always
Roach.
appreciate you, Roach.
Peace.
All right. Now that's over with. Well, I'll probably need it on deck more.
Roach,
honestly.
take your thing off the share screen so I can have. There we go. All right. All right. Let's go to the next person. Hand. Dolphin Don. What is up, Dolphin Don? You're on mute, Dolphin Don. You're on mute. You're on mute.
The Don, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. What's good, everybody, man?
What's going on, Dolphin Don? How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, man. I've been away for a minute, man, but I've been listening in, checking things out.
You had to go away because you just couldn't stand these Skylineers, right? That's what it is.
No, I'm a Skylineer.
Oh, no.
I want to apologize to all the Tuaniers out there. I got nothing against you personally. I love you. But you know what, man? We've been waiting for Tua for 2 years. To do what? To do what? That's like getting chocolate syrup. Oh, it's going to taste like chocolate syrup in 2 years. It ain't. And Skyler is the man right now. I'm sorry. He's out there. He's playing ball. He's throwing passes.
So, Dolphin Don, do you think that Skyler should be quarterback 1?
Absolutely.
Dolphin Don, do you think the Bills should have traded Josh Allen, or that the Packers should have traded Aaron Rodgers before year 3?
That doesn't even compare to Tua, man. Come on.
What
Josh
is
Allen has an arm
today?
Tua does not have an arm. He throws 5, 10 passes, 10-yard passes. Okay, he's so
the
accurate.
great people of Green Bay waited 3 years for Aaron Rodgers, seeing nothing.
Risks.
They saw nothing for Aaron Rodgers. Let it fly, though. Tua's got the flashes. I just can't crown Skyler Thompson the QB1 king after a couple games of preseason, man.
Hey, dude, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Hall of Famer Brett Favre and turned out to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time after Brett Favre was gone.
Turned out to be.
Don't use that.
Turned out to be. No. I'm just saying.
Tua's going to be
Dolphin Don is saying 2 years. You can't wait 2 years, and then you got to move on from a guy because it's just been waiting 2 years. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
All I know is if this team starts off terrible the first 8 games,
that's what I'm saying.
Them going to Skyler.
I could see that.
I think right now Tua is the better quarterback. I would start Tua week 1. I think Tua is better than Skyler at the moment. But like I said 100,000 times, if Tua gets hurt or it's not working out, I'd rather take the gamble and see what we have in Skyler versus sending Teddy Bridgewater out there.
Yeah, for 0-4, sending out Skyler, let's rock. But I just don't want to get to that point.
Like, I think we'd have to go 0-6 for Tua to get benched.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But a big losing stretch, and there you go.
We got to wait for a losing stretch because we obviously got the better guy.
Dolphin Don,
what are we waiting for? I mean, what?
I just don't think we're going to get to that stretch, Dolphin Don. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm in on
based
Tua.
on what,
I'm
though?
not ready to write it off.
There's a lot of Tua hype out there. Oh, he's so much better this year. And he got out there, and he was the same old Tua.
I just had back-to-back people on my show come up here and try to convince me that Skyler Thompson should be the quarterback 1 of this football team. Are y'all crazy? Are y'all?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're making takes that Skyler Thompson should be QB1, Aaron Rodgers take isn't that wild. Like, I'm wearing the hat for a reason. I am wearing the tinfoil hat for a reason right now.
The only thing that I really don't like about Skyler is his jersey number. Because if he's ever the starter, you can't be number 19. Like, that thing is horrendous.
Well, Bernie Kosar was.
You got to get a new jersey number. Yeah. You can't be a quarterback 1 and wear 19.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
But I never liked number 1 either. Like, that's the first thing that pissed me off about Tua is when he went number 1. I hate that number. I hate it.
Yeah.
13.
Not a big fan.
He just couldn't get 13 though. So
he should have went like
Don,
7,
I want to say
3. I would have said 3. You know,
Dolphin Don,
I don't like 1.
Hold on, guys. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a few questions here, Dolphin Don.
What's up, man?
Dolphin? How long have you been a Miami Dolphins fan?
Bro, I was a Jets fan when Namath won the Super Bowl. Right after that, I became a Dolphins fan. So I was like,
you're a converted Jets to a Dolphins fan from the 70s.
Yes.
Okay. So you've been a Dolphins fan for 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Okay. 50 years, actually, if you think about that.
Yeah.
You've been a Dolphins fan for over 50 years.
52. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Congrats.
Question. You've seen quarterbacks play in this league. Lots of them. Good ones, bad ones. Small ones, big ones, tall ones, short ones. You've seen them all. Right-handed ones, left-handed ones. You are going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that you understand this is preseason, right? You understand that. Yeah. You get that Skyler Thompson has played against 3rd and 4th stringers for the most part, right?
And so is Tua.
Tua didn't play
last week. He's right. Last week he's right. But obviously, in his career, he's played against starters. He's talking about last week.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and you are and you think today that Mr. Benjamin Button, Mr. oldest rookie in the NFL, Skyler Thompson, is this quarterback 1 over the experience and talent that Tua Tagovailoa has?
You mentioned it. Okay, so I saw Skyler. I saw Skyler out there call a timeout and correct a player. I have not seen Tua do that. 2 years.
Skyler's only a year older than Tua.
Yeah. I mean, we're
a year older starting his career versus 24 or 30 year in his career. Because NFL experience is going to matter.
Tua's still starting his career. Like, Tua hasn't proved that he's the guy yet.
True. But 21 plus games on him at least.
Tua's proved he's quarterback one.
Because the trade with Watson didn't work and the trade with Brady didn't work. That's why he's still quarterback one. But like, if we're saying that Tua solidified his career at age 24, that's not true.
Not at all.
We all came into this year saying it's make or break. This 100%. Is Tua's make or break year at 24 years old.
And I said that. Have I not said that? But I don't believe that Skyler is better than Tua.
I'm saying Tua is better than Skyler. I'm just saying, like, that whole 25-year-old thing isn't killing me because Tua's 24. And it's not like Tua's like that dude already. He's not.
But based on what do you say that
I'm just going back on the age thing, Steven. I think Tua is better than Skyler, but him being 25 isn't throwing me off. Like, I'm not freaking out about it.
So on the grading scale of below average, average, above average, good, really good, great, really great, where would you put Tua on that list?
Me?
I mean, I guess I'll pose the question to everybody.
Oh, yeah. For me, I would say 2 is probably a 3, maybe.
So you put him at average or above average?
Just an average guy. Okay. I have not seen anything special yet. And
remember what I said? I said below average, average, above average, good, really good, great, really great.
I put 2 below Bernie Kosar, who's like the epitome of average.
Okay. Nicky, where do you put Tua?
Probably
average.
Nando?
2.75.
Yeah. He's been average so far with the upside for more, but as of now, average.
And where do you guys currently put Skyler Thompson on that same grading scale?
3.5.
I mean, he's not better than Tua. I haven't seen him play in a regular season game.
So the answer there is ungradable, right? And I haven't seen enough evaluation. NA, right? Okay.
Yep.
Why are we sitting here having a conversation about Tua? Like, I understand it's not Nando talking Nicky Smokes, and I understand it's just, but like you're not Dolphin Don and Roach are not the only two that share this opinion. There are lots of people that share this opinion. Go ahead, Dolphin Don, because it's just insane to me. It's crazy to me.
Well, here's what's crazy. We're still talking about backup quarterbacks when Tua is our starter.
That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point right there. And in no world am I saying right now Skyler's better than Tua. But the fact that it's even a debate has shown you what Tua has not done. The Chargers aren't – no Chargers fan is talking about any quarterback possibly being their QB1. No Chiefs fan is doing it. No Bills fan is doing it. They're not doing that. But Dolphin fans, they are. And when your quarterback has 16 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, they're entitled to have these opinions. Although I disagree with them, I do see where people could be making this case.
So how do we feel after New England? Say we win and the defense wins it for us. How do we as a fan base
not messing anything up until we're losing and you're like, okay, this is our weak link, but I am not switching anything while the team is winning.
Until Tua is losing his games.
Especially early in the year.
That's fair. And much respect to everybody here. I didn't want to.
You're very reasonable, man. Of course.
Dude, why are they doing that? That's not you can't do that level 2 noob because everyone's gonna think I got tagged in something about that yesterday. Yeah, that I'm being a Skylaneer, and it's like I don't agree with that. Like I think Tua is better than Skyler. I think he's better than Skyler, but I'm just saying that Charger fans are not comparing their Justin Herbert to the third string quarterback. Just like Patriot fans aren't comparing Mac Jones to the quarterback that they took in the 7th round. The Patriots took a quarterback in the 7th round. No one's heard a peep about him over Mac Jones.
He's in the fourth.
I just want to say that he could be very well better than Wack Jones. I'm just a hater. I'm sorry. Dolphin Don, is there anything else?
We hate Wack Jones. We hate Wack Jones.
Yeah,
but he's put up better numbers than Tua.
Hey, man, just nothing but love to everybody. Thank you for tuning into the #1 Miami Sports Talk.
Almost had it, Dolphin.
Almost had it. Hey, I don't do this for a living.
That was good.
You did good, Dolphin Don. As a matter of fact, it deserves an applause. That's how good you did.
All right. You guys have a blessed
brother.
day.
Thank you for coming on. I miss you, man. Don't be a stranger. Come back on more.
All right, we'll do, man.
All right, man. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I do want to remind you guys, hit the like button. 83 likes, 170 of y'all in here. Hit the like button. Okay. Donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. Awesome. All right, we got some beautiful, wonderful people in the back room here. I'm not going anywhere, so stay on the line here, and I will bring you guys on one at a time. You'll get a chance to talk. Lewis. Hello, Lewis.
Good morning, fellas. How's everyone?
My brother from another mother, Lewis.
Absolutely. And I'm from brother to brother. I'm going to tell you, Steven, you are dead wrong. Skyler Thompson is QB1.
My God, are you kidding me today?
Come on.
This ain't even a conversation. What did Tua show us Saturday? What he's shown us to his whole Dolphin career. Average at best, leaving meat on the bone, not gun shy. Hey, you know what I heard all day yesterday? Oh, he was 6 for 8. The completion percent. Yeah, he had 58 yards. And again, I didn't see Max Crosby, their #1 defensive end out there. I didn't see Chandler Jones, their #1 defensive end out there. He was playing against 2s and 3s too. And he couldn't even score against them. He's gun shy. I don't know what
Skyler played with 3s and 4s.
And he looked way better than Tua has shown us. See, the problem is, again, what did we hear all about last year? Well, Tua wasn't pushing the ball downfield because Flores is handcuffing him and stuff. You know what I heard yesterday? Same scenario. Well, we're not showing nothing because McDaniel doesn't. Are we really kidding ourselves? This is football. What are we doing? You know what's funny to me? Is Patrick Mahomes showing people stuff? Is Kansas City showing stuff? Oh, they don't have a problem. It's only us. We're creating rocket ships, and we're gonna be sending rockets into space on the field, ain't we? That's what you're telling me about Coach McDaniel. Y'all done lost y'all's mind. Skyler Thompson.
What do you mean we lost our minds? Y'all are sitting here trying to explain to me that a 6th round draft pick.
It's better than number 5.
7th round draft pick, who has only played against 3rd and 4th stringers, is sitting here trying to tell me that he's already better than the quarterback that we drafted 5th overall, who, by the way, has a winning record in the NFL, who, by the way, is 3-0 against the New England Patriots, who, by the way, this is insane to me. It is the stupidest conversation I have ever heard. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Steven, let me ask you a question.
You're not spreading positivity.
No, I am not.
No, you're definitely not.
Positivity, love, kindness, bro.
Yeah, where's the love, Steven?
Right now.
Where's the love?
Protect yourself, bro, and you'll be good to go.
Hold on, Lewis. I'll let you talk. Hold on. The sad part is I love Roach, I love Dolphin Don, and I love Lewis. All 3 of those are my guys. And did y'all get abducted by aliens? Did they implant something in your head? Please tell me, because Nando's got the right idea. He's not letting this affect his brain. This is ridiculous.
I'm good to go, baby.
Nando on Saturday had that hat not on his head, over his eyes. That's why he didn't see the game. That's what the problem is.
I saw Dang.
Let me explain.
Kid's still in the 4th quarter. That's when all the starters are gone. You know, when the coach goes, if the coach was going to play Skyler Thompson at QB1, he would play him not in the 4th quarter.
I'm flabbergasted with this right now.
Can anyone argue that Tua left meat on the bone on Saturday night? Are we going to sit here and deny that?
Nobody's denying that.
No.
Oh, so we don't have a problem with that? We're okay with that.
Preseason game in the 1st quarter. Who, by the way, he didn't have Tyreek. He didn't have Jalen Waddle. He didn't have Teron Armstead.
Neither did Skyler Thompson. See, that's the problem. Again, when we say that Skyler Thompson is playing against 2s, 3s, and 4s, I agree. Is that going to stop the way he throws the ball? Is that the way? Is that
Nando
stopping the way he's pushing the ball down
Nando
the field?
And Nicky,
Nicky Smoke knows. Smoke knows the show. He knows the deal. Smoke says just sit there and relax. Smokes, I got it. Don't worry about it. You're on our side.
Skyler, your president.
You're good. You're good, Smokes. This conversation is more for
deemed as the president of the Skyler Nears. Didn't even know it.
Smokes is with us. All right. This conversation is more for Nando.
No,
and
don't go
Steve.
there, Smoke.
All right. Hey.
Get out of the matrix, Nicky. Get out.
Hey, Smokes knows he wants to be with us. He knows he wants to be with us. He knows he truly knows it. Come on, man. What are we doing? We all know he's better than Tua.
What are we doing? Y'all are making me very sad to be Dolphin fans right now. I'm almost ashamed of y'all. I'm almost ashamed. Almost.
Hey, can you ask me that, Steve? Before I go, Steven, ask me the same question you asked Dolphin Don about the average mid, because I'm going to give you an answer.
Okay. Where do you currently have Tua Tagovailoa on the grading scale?
None of the answers you've given. He's horrible. The man is trash. He needs to go. All right. The fact of the matter is that we made a mistake. We lost out on Justin Herbert. We picked this kid. All right. He just ain't it in the NFL. He hasn't shown us nothing. Again, it's the same thing on Saturday. Dink and dunk, take the safe play. It's never aggressive. And we've seen the NFL. The 49ers traded us 3 first-round picks to get off a guy that looks just like Tua, which is Jimmy Garoppolo, right? They went for a rookie that can make plays on the field. We have one, and now we're going to sit around and say, oh, well, we got to be fair to Tua, and we got to do – No, we don't. Tua's mid and average at best in the NFL. And I'm sorry. If you want to have an average to mid quarterback, don't go get me a $30 million receiver in Tyreek Hill. Don't go get me the best left tackle in the game. Don't go give me all these weapons, a new head coach, and tell me we're going to have this offense. What does it matter if we're having people run all the way down the field if Tua ain't hitting them? What does it matter? Because what we seen on Saturday, it looked like Brian Flores was calling the game when Tua was in the game.
Did any of those guys you just mentioned play? Any of those pieces you just mentioned, did they play besides Tua? They didn't
play with Skyler neither, Nando.
Yeah, because they're not going to play with him because he's the third. He's going to be the second string quarterback.
They're playing with him. They're playing with him in training camp, and he's making them look good.
He makes them look okay, and then they go right back to the starting quarterback.
Now he's a call. Oh, okay. All right. That's cool. See, that's the problem. We want to sit here and make excuses.
We're not making excuses, bro. This is an action.
Lewis,
this is a guy. Lewis. They looked at their last pick in the draft and they said, "Look, we're going to take the 8th QB out of 9 drafted. We're going to take the 8th QB out of an accident." It's not like they were like, "Wow, our guy made it, man. The team's messed up. They drafted 7 QBs instead of him. We magically got our guy, Skyler Thompson, the 25-year-old rookie, the savior. Oh, I've been waiting for my guy to groom." No, dude, we randomly took a QB. He's showing off an arm, and you guys are falling in love with him. AC has upside, of course. Is he playing well? Yes, happy surprise, happy accident. Is he going to start week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, barring injury or suspension? No.
I agree, Nando. Let me ask you your opinion, right? Because you're a football guy, right? You're just not a Dolphin fan. You're a football guy, right?
Of course, bro.
So we picked the 8th NFL quarterback in this year's draft. Is he looking better than Kenny Pickett? Is he looking better than Malik Willis?
He's looking okay. Yeah.
So don't tell me about where he's picked at. It's not his fault that all the owners and the NFL teams missed on him. That narrative that you guys want to push out again. Oh, he was drafted. He's better than the quarterbacks that were drafted in front of him.
I'm not attacking you. This is more about the people who think that we went out there with the purpose to draft Skyler Thompson. It was a happy accident. It's working out very well.
Well, let's just be honest. McDaniel, that's his quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. That narrative. Do you think that it's his quarterback that he went out with the purpose of, I'm going to draft Skyler Thompson? No. He went in the 7th round. Dude, there was 8 picks left in the 7th round. 2 running backs, 3 defensive linemen, and a random offensive tackle taken. He just went with the best player available on the board and said, I'm going to take a stab at a QB. This is my guy that I'm going to groom. The only QB drafted after him is Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, bro. There's 3 QBs drafted in the 7th round. You think that he went out there with a purpose and said, I'm going to draft my guy? No, dude. Luce, I agree with all of your other points until you say that's his guy. That's not his guy. That is a guy he drafted.
Okay. Is Tua a guy that he drafted?
No. But it's a guy he signed on board to be a head coach with. He decided to be the head coach of him. You think that Mike McDaniel said, "I'm going to be the head coach of the Miami Dolphins and draft Skyler Thompson"? You think that he said that's the grand plan with our 7th round pick? I'm going to draft Skyler Thompson. No, he said I'm going to sign on because I want to play with Tua Tagovailoa, or he would have drafted a QB higher.
Right.
Or he would have made a play for a QB higher. Or he would have traded for any of the QBs like Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan. Or all these QBs who have made moves like Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. That's what I'm sick and tired of. Skyler Thompson is our QB2. That's fine. But to just sit here and say that he's better than Tua Tagovailoa is ridiculous, bro.
All right, so
I'm sorry for taking that all on you, Lewis. I love you, bro.
You're good, man. You're good.
I want to bring up one point. To Lewis. So I'm looking at all the quarterbacks taken, and you guys just give me a thumbs up if you think Skyler's looked better than them so far in preseason. Malik Willis.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett.
Yes.
Sam Howell.
Yes.
Desmond Ridder.
Yes.
Matt Corral.
Yes.
Chris Olakadun. Don't even know who that is.
Right. Next question.
Yeah, he's for the Steelers.
Bailey Zappi from the Patriots. He's actually looked pretty good, that guy.
Right. In your opinion, Smokes, who's better?
None of those.
I think Skyler. Skyler's better than Brock Purdy. I think he's better than Zap.
How many of those you guys start though, Nicky?
Chris Akalukadon. I like Matt Corral. I think Matt Corral could be a really good quarterback in the NFL.
I think he's out. I think his season ended.
I like Desmond Ridder, but I haven't seen much from him. But I agree. I think Skyler's looked better than Malik, Kenny Pickett, Chris Alakadon, or whatever the hell his name is.
Right.
I think out of everyone, he's had the best preseason for a rookie quarterback. I will give him that.
Yes, agreed. But that doesn't mean it translates to him being a starter. And I think you agree with that as well. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think he should start over Tua.
I definitely think he's had a great preseason. Anyone who's trying to take it away from him is
how long do we give Tua? How long is the leash for Tua in you guys' opinion? Are we talking all 17 games?
If he sucks Roach, after the first 6 games,
I'm about to say Roach because I was looking at something from Roach.
6 games fair.
No, Tua gets the entire year.
I wanted to get
injury. Tua gets the entire year.
No, dude. If we're like 0-6, like it's over.
If we're 0-6, then
you throw Skyler out there and see if you hit a gem. That's what
I'm saying. Yeah.
If you're 0-6, the season's over.
All right, so let me rephrase that. If we're 0-6 or 1-7, yes, by all means, throw out Skyler. But I don't see a world where that's going to happen. I just don't. We're gonna be. I truly believe this. I haven't given you guys my thing yet, but I think we're going to be 9-2 after the first 11.
I hope you're right.
I think we're going to be 9-2 after the first 11.
I had on the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl. If we beat Buffalo week 3, I'm betting us to win the Super Bowl. That's all I need to see.
That's a cool question by Keith. If a team offers a 3rd rounder for Skyler Thompson, would you take it?
No.
Dude,
I am not letting Skyler Thompson go on the practice squad, bro.
I would trade Teddy for a bag of chips.
I would trade Teddy for I would offer Teddy for a 3rd. I would love that.
Trade Teddy for a bag of chips today, and I'm fully confident with Skyler Thompson being our number 2. Fully confident.
All I'm saying is
I
have no loyalty.
Beef is with people here saying that he's better than Tua today. That is outrageous and crazy.
He's not. But at the same time, Tua hasn't done enough to separate himself from the conversation, which I think is.
Well, y'all come talk to me after the first game when we put up a 40-burger against the Patriots.
Well, the Patriots are trash, though, Steven. Tell them to put a 40-burger against Baltimore.
I want to see Tua. I want to see Tua against Buffalo, and I want to see in the last 4 games of the season when we're playing for a playoff spot. Exactly. That's how I'm evaluating Tua.
Okay,
he could have 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. If he goes out there in the must-win game late in the year in Buffalo or against New England, and he looks like shit like he did last year and the year before, I'm done. Like, it's not about 23 and 8. It's being a quarterback that could win, help us be the reason why we're winning a meaningful game and getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, and at that point, we make it.
Before I go, Steven. Before I go,
I got other people in the back room, Lewis. You think you're special or something, Lewis?
I hear you, Steven. But I just want to give Nicky Smoke some credit and some love because it's concerning to us Dolphin fans when a 7th round pick that, like Nando has said, basically, right? It's concerning that he's even in the conversation with Tua Tagovailoa. Wouldn't y'all agree with that? Ain't that concerning to y'all? Like Buffalo's not having the conversations we're having. The Chargers, the the Ravens for that matter. Nobody's having that conversation, but we are. That's not concerning.
Certain fans are having the conversation. Our coaching staff is not.
A lot of the fan bases, bro. He's the fourth guy to come up on the panel and say Skyler's quarterback one. Like,
that is valid.
It's everywhere. Like all of Dolphins, like at least on Dolphins Twitter from it's a war. It's back. We have another civil war.
Hey, I love y'all boys, man. Y'all keep doing y'all's thing on Monday, man. Nando, I'll see you tonight. Don't run from me, Nando.
Yeah. Never, sir, bro. As long as you give a good points, I'm always ready to take it, man. Thanks for coming on.
I love y'all.
All
right, bro. Be easy. All right,
Steven, I gotta run, brother.
Hey, Nicky, loved having you on today, man.
Love you, bro.
We're going to take a few more people. We got a few more people. Man. I want to give them.
If you guys want to see the Smoke Show tonight, 5 p.m.
I was about to say promote everything.
5 p.m. the Smoke Show live tonight, and then tonight at 7 o'clock, I'll be on TD's channel as well. Me and him, we're going to talk about the whole preseason game and what we think. So that should be really interesting. I'm going to drop the link to my channel real quick in the chat.
You're going on with TD tonight?
Yeah. 7. I'm going on a show every Monday at 7.
Oh, so okay. That's awesome, man.
Like a new thing, like how I come on with you. I'm gonna be doing the same thing with TD. So
at night,
that'll be sick. But I appreciate all you. Well, I appreciate you, Stephen D, for having me on. I appreciate everyone in the chat. It'd mean the world if you guys could check out the channel. I dropped the link below. We just hit 500 subs. The new goal is 1,000. So anything would help. And again, if you guys want to check in to the Smoke Show, 5 p.m. tonight, right here on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. Stephen D, thank you for having me. Nando, you ever want to come on the show, you let me know, brother.
Hey, I'll hit you up about that, man. Nicky, all right. Catch you at 5.
Peace, boys. Yes, sir.
Right, man. Be easy, buddy. All right, let's bring on let's bring on some other people. Von Joe, I was about to bring you on, Von Joe. Von Joe doesn't know I was about to bring him on. All right, Eurethium. Is this crypto?
Yes, it's called Ethereum. Listen, but anyways, listen. The reason why I chose Ethereum, of course, because I'm crypto, but Ethereum is also the second largest blockchain in the crypto community. By definition, there's no argument right now that Skyler is the second largest blockchain in the Dolphins community. So now he's approaching number one status. He will be number one shortly. So Steven, you gotta just let go of your feelings because Ethereum is tripping up on you.
He is not there yet. And I personally don't think
isn't it concerning, Steven, that he's a part of the conversation, like my man Lewis said?
So I believe that he's part of the conversation because this fan base has PTSD. They have. Point blank.
Oh, it's not PTSD.
What? Yes, it is. 100%, bro.
Why does it have to be concerning though? Like, why can't in all honesty, if you like Skyler Thompson, I like Tua, I think he's QB1. But if you like Skyler, why can't it just be that Tua is good and Skyler Thompson is also good? Like, why does it have to be
your point?
To a sucks and
I get your point because it's good to have two quarterbacks that can be equally number one. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You're right about as far as that point because the 49ers, Steve Young was on their roster while Montana was still a guy. And he was technically both of them. They had two number one quarterbacks on their roster until Montana left. And then Steve Young took over and won the Super Bowl with no problem. But yeah, that's a good problem to have. But yeah, but I'm talking about as far as we have a guy that hasn't established himself yet because he hasn't been in the league long enough. It's concerning to have somebody closing in on you so fast. That's what I'm saying.
Cody,
but I mean, more like, what if Tua had solidified himself? Like, what if Tua had solidified himself and then Skyler still balled out? Like, what I'm saying is, like, it just seems like people are saying that, like,
I don't think they would have. I think actually Skyler is the fallback plan because this is his first time picking. This is his first ever draft as a professional coach. And he chose to go the quarterback option. He could have just skipped over and said, no, we definitely sold on Tua 100%. We're not drafting a quarterback. We're going to use this on an offensive lineman, a linebacker, or whatever. But
there's no one left, though.
He chose it. There's a lot of linebackers and other people still in the draft that was still available that he could have picked.
Check right now. I don't think a linebacker. I think maybe one linebacker got drafted after that point.
I'm talking about that was available that he could have picked is what I'm saying. The scout team went out there and said, I'm going to go to K-State and see what this kid got and see if he can fit in our system.
Jesse Luketa, the only linebacker drafted after Skyler Thompson. Like, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, which means he was available. They could have picked him. Why didn't they just pick him?
Best player available. Just take the QB. I'm saying it's not like they went out and got a QB.
But that linebacker could have came in camp. What I'm saying, that linebacker could have came in camp, balled out like Skyler did, and he could have been the answer to, Von Joe's credit. Landon Roberts could have been, sent packing. You see what I'm saying? He could have gave that linebacker a chance.
But we already drafted 3 linebackers in
on yeah, if he was 100% really true in on Tua and really believed him, he would say, no, I'm not going to pick him and just take a flyer on him. I think they did their homework. I think their scout team is not stupid. I don't think they just got lucky per se. I think they really did their homework and felt what this kid can do in their system. And it's proven them right, actually. Skyler Thompson's actually proven the scout team right so far, as far as saying, hey, he works our system. He has commanded the offense. He's a fast learner. He doesn't have a steep learning curve. He's learning. He know what he's doing out there. So I don't think it's luck, Nando. I think they scout team did their job, did their homework on them.
I agree on that.
And it's paying dividends.
I think they did their homework. I meant more luck in the sense that like they draft them saying like, hey, this is a good QB. Maybe we can draft them as a long-term project, solid talent. I think the luck is the sense that they didn't think he was going to be balling out this way. I don't think they drafted him as a succession plan. If it somehow turns out into a succession plan, it'll be more of like we looked into getting a starting quarterback what we thought was going to be a very good backup. Not like we're drafting this guy with the hope of being our starting QB one day because he's the 8th QB. The reason I say he's the 8th QB taking the draft, and I get draft status doesn't mean everything. It's more of the fact that like they waited to the end of the draft, their very last pick, to say, what do we have? What do you do with the last pick in the draft? Is most of the times best player available.
Quarters under his belt, Nando. You have to admit that he's played well above the position he's drafted at.
100%. No, and I don't think that's up for debate. I think he's played very well. I just don't think you can say he's a starter based off of 5 quarters.
Which means Skyler can't be punished for other teams' stupidity for missing up.
No, but that's not the argument. It's more of the fact that like to crown him QB1 off of 5 preseason games.
No. That's never been the plan. Well, I'm saying he's closing fast on. I'm saying he's definitely number 2. Whoever's arguing Bridgewater at this point,
nobody, in my opinion, that I have seen for the most part, is arguing that Teddy. Not that Teddy. That's
all that ended on Saturday. Yeah, we need to put a trade package together for him and Noah, like now, like immediately. Teddy and Noah needs to be a part of a trade package to somebody,
like
so we can go
get
my issue is that, in my opinion, okay, I believe that Tua's up here and Skyler's still working his way up. But
that's because we don't have NFL film. But as far as they talent and upside, they're both are right there. They're right there. And some people believe he's well above Tua. I'm just saying, as far as his talent. Your boy, the Big O, is already putting it out there. He has the best arm talent in football right now. Well, on the Dolphins roster. Now, you have to admit, Stephen D, he's got the best physical talent.
Who?
That Skyler has the best physical talent on the roster.
No, I don't, and I won't.
Who has the best physical talent at the QB position?
Tua.
Oh, my God, Stephen. I know you didn't just say that with a straight face, Stephen.
Yeah, 100%.
You might want to cut your camera off, Stephen, when you say that.
Define.
Here's the funny part, too. Here's the funny part, right?
What metrics are you trying to go by? Like just arm, or are you talking about like mobility, like pocket awareness, like?
Yeah, I'm using all physical. Nando, the simplified. I first will start at the arm, and then I will work my way down with physical characteristics as far as his running ability and his ability to command the offense as far as to extend plays and be able to get the ball off with his arm talent. That's what I'm saying. As far as extending plays, he's a better extender at plays than Tua is at this point.
I think that's a crazy take.
Tua's going down on a lot of those plays that Skyler made yesterday.
Disagree.
So you saying his arm talent is better than Skyler's right now?
Those are 2 different questions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna separate them out. Let's separate them out.
Even so,
I'm gonna test your Tua near status, Stephen. Is his arm better than his?
Tua has the better arm for 500, Alex.
Wow. You actually said that with another straight face, Stephen. I think you're hurting your show, Stephen D.
That's fine.
It's not a good look.
I 100% believe that Tua is the guy and that I am moving forward. Now,
it's
I will
okay
also
to root for Tua.
I will also
it's okay to give Tua credit in certain check and certain parts.
Done. Hold up,
Steven, you're gonna say he has a better arm than Skyler?
I think he has a better arm than Skyler.
Wow. And what gives you that? What gives you that hope?
If you go back and look at all the throws Saturday night, go back and look at all the throws.
Doesn't make none of those throws.
You can be critical of some of those throws Skyler made.
And you can be critical of Tua's throws as well.
100% correct.
I'm talking about sure arm talent. Come on, Steven.
The sure arm talent doesn't just make the QB, man. It's a whole
I'm not talking to you. I'm separating it out. This is where Steven is about to go down this rabbit hole of Tua and he's not willing to admit that the man has a sure better arm talent than him.
I am so upset that I sound like such a two-and-ear, and I'm not.
No, Nando. I'm trying to give Steven an out. I'm trying to separate it out. I'm not saying it, even if it did make a better quarterback, but I'm separating it out now. I'm just trying to put Steven on the. I'm just trying to give him an out so he won't look so bad on the show.
Is this really the Scooby? Is this really the Scooby Doo show? And is Alexander wearing a Stephen D mask? I'll get you pesky kids.
Oh, flip side fishing, way to come through, man. It's a good one.
I do appreciate that. That was
good.
Hey,
Steven, another thing, Steven, and what happened in that Saturday game was atrocious. Listen, your man Tua and Tua Non has paid off Jason Sanders to miss a field goal so Skyler Thompson won't get the victory.
All I'm saying is that if that happened to Tua, all we'd be hearing right now is Tua should have driven them further down the field so that Jason Sanders would have a better chance to make the field goal. It was all on Tua.
I got to let other people come up here. I can't be just letting you spread this nonsense.
He paid off Jason Sanders to miss that field goal.
He paid off Jason Sanders. Get out of here, Crypto. Is there anything else?
Listen.
He slid him some Ethereum.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, he probably did pay him some Ethereum because now it's going down.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
I'm telling you, Steven. That's all right, Steven. We're gonna give you another chance on Spaces. We're gonna give you another shot at it.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again.
All right,
get out of here, Crypto. Love you, brother.
Pretty easy, Crypto.
All
right. I'm gonna go with this gentleman.
Joe.
Looks like he's just contemplating life decisions. Are you contemplating life decisions, Vonjo?
Something like that. Because I want to know what world are we living in now. Because I have my kids in the car. No. You said enough, sir. You said enough, my good sir.
Welcome, Vonjo.
Because I have my kids in the car, so I'm trying to keep myself from cursing. Because I don't know in what world you're living in. Nobody with eyes. Change your, it's a prescription on the glasses. I blame your glasses. You need to go back to your eye doctor and change your prescription because not one person, not a beat writer, not a fan, not anybody that went to go see the live games sat there and said that Tua has a better arm and that's more athletic than Skyler Thompson. Nobody in this world has said that but you and probably Alex Diaz. That's it. Nobody else. So help me out. Is it a prescription? Because we could donate if you need to go get new prescriptions.
Look, real talk. This is how I feel. So I believe I like what Skyler's doing, but I think that Skyler's.
Steven,
are you going to let me finish? Are you going to let me answer?
No, sir. You said enough.
But you just asked me a question. You said explain. I'm explaining.
It was rhetorical. You don't need to explain.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So
go ahead.
This
is a fan for the show. I mean, a show for the fans.
I was one of the guys that was like, no, you gotta keep Teddy. No, Skyler. No. And Skyler made throws yesterday. One he took a shot. His first throw that was underthrown. I was like, ball placement. Then I went back and watched the game. He was getting hit, and he still had enough arm to get it out there. Then you saw throws where he was making throws that we've been begging Tua to make. And nobody can argue this with me. We've been begging Tua to make. Where it's over the DB, between the safety. Over the linebacker in the middle, between the safety. Dropping dimes over the middle. Tua has not yet to make those throws. Actually, you know what? He hasn't made those throws consistently, and we've been begging for him to make those throws. That's actually one of his biggest areas that he needs to improve on, is that intermediate, above the linebacker, between the safety, bomb, put it right there for you. And Skyler made those throws. And he made one of those throws, and I was like, where is he throwing this ball? And it was 25 yards outside, bomb, dime. So even if it's between 3 and 4s, I don't care. But here's the thing. It's the position and the fact that he made the throw. And the throw was, and his position and his accuracy and his ability to make that throw. That's what really matters. Because even if it was against ones, guess what? Those DBs and that safety would have been in that same position. Probably would have had a better receiver. And guess what? It still would have been a dime in that area. So I'm not trying to hear it.
Better receiver, better DBs, though. You don't think they make a better play?
Yes, that's the thing. Even better. But the thing is, the DB jumped for the ball, but he couldn't get to it, and the safety was closing in and still couldn't get to it because he had enough velocity and accuracy to put in the ball.
Or a better safety closes faster. A better safety closes faster, and a better corner.
Put up your hand. And a better receiver would have sat there and boxed
Thank you for calling on me.
No, because Ezukama's bigger, so our better receivers are shorter. They wouldn't have jumped up and made that ball.
I have a question for you, Sir Von Joe, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Do you think that Mr. Skyler Thompson? As a matter of fact, this isn't. No, let me rephrase what I'm about to ask. You do realize that Skyler Thompson has been playing against 3rd and 4th stringers, correct, sir?
That's what I said, sir. It's between 3rd and 4th stringers, but at the same time, the positioning and the accuracy and the velocity that he got the ball to the receiver with. So he's playing against 3rd and 4th.
Let me ask you, Von Joe, wait a minute.
But okay,
you're gonna let me talk now.
Proceed.
Do you think that Skyler Thompson should be quarterback 1 over Tua Tagovailoa?
No, because I don't believe in starting him right away.
Then we have nothing to argue about because you agree with me.
But here's the thing. The fact that it's so close bothers me.
It's not that close, but that's fine that you believe that.
This shouldn't be. No, Steven, that's the thing. Nobody else is having a conversation, even in the realm of this, that have, guess what? Elite quarterbacks and certified starters. They're not having a conversation in the realm of this. But what we did, we have this mid-tier guy that hasn't given us anything to be,
I just
feel
can't
good
wait
about.
To start to Tua can
Steven,
shut all of you up.
No. Pause on that. I could wait till the season to start because after what I saw on Saturday, if the season started next week, instead of going to playing Philly, we are going 0-4. If the season was supposed to start, and nobody's arguing that with me, if that BS that we put on the field on Saturday, and the season was going against the Patriots
that
on
BS
Sunday,
is that what
putting
we're
a 40 that 40 burger that you're talking about, that's on us. Stop it.
Level 2 noob with his $5 donation says hashtag Team Von Joe, hashtag Boo Steven, hashtag Nando is okay, I guess.
Because
level 2 noob. I thought you didn't like me, so I'll take okay.
Our quarterback is not ready. This team is not ready. We can't even get a simple running game together. You talking some, we can't run our base offense. Our base offense looked like trash. It looked like the same thing that we just repackaged it and said, hey, instead of last year, okay, you know what? We're going to come out with the 2022-23 model, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to put, let's do this. Let's change the color of the lights. There we go. It's the same model.
Lights. Get out of here with that.
We Maddened it.
It's the same model. It's the same dusty car with that same BS engine.
Anything else you'd like to say before I bring on other people? Because I can't argue with you. I refuse.
No, you guys, you can't argue facts, Deegan. That's the thing. You cannot.
I can't argue facts. I can argue that I can argue that 2 is 13-8.
Von Joe, you're actually smart. So I actually want to hear your take on this because I didn't think of this until now. If we do have our 1 in there, that's Tyreek Hill probably. So he's 5'10", 5 inches shorter than Ezukama. So if he has to jump up and make that ball play, you think he does that over a cornerback 1 and a number 1 safety?
Have you seen Tyreek jump?
No, I know Tyreek can jump. What I'm saying is, but then there's a cornerback 1.
Easily. You know
and a number 1 safety.
He makes that catch, and he gets down and takes off.
If Tua had thrown that ball, he would have threw it past.
If Tua would have thrown that ball,
he would have threw it in stride. He would have threw it in stride.
Just like he made that
Ezukama wouldn't have had to make that one-handed catch because he would have been in stride on a dime. Get out of here.
That was a dead man ball that he threw to Gesicki. If I was Gesicki, I would have caught that ball.
I was talking about the Ezukama pass. I was talking about the Ezukama.
Hold on. I am not done. No, you're talking about your little quarterback. Okay? He threw a dead man ball to Gesicki. You don't do that to your receiver. All right? I would have caught that ball. And I would have went into the huddle and smacked the shit out of Tua.
I throw it to my tight end, not to my receiver. You know, my tight end better make that catch.
Gesicki is a receiver.
No,
well, that's
sir, that's not.
When you're 6 foot, when I see a 6'6", 250 monster, I expect some toughness, some grit.
You don't do that to your tight end either. That was a dead man's ball. If he stretches out, he has broken ribs. And what we gonna say then? Oh my gosh, Gesicki should have never been in the game. Oh my God, what are we gonna do now? That's what we would have been saying. No, Tua should have never threw that ball, setting up his guy to get injured. You
in a game though, okay, but in a game,
you protect.
If that's for first down, so you just don't get the first down.
Quarterbacks, you could put the ball and position it where you protect your guy also.
Hit him in the chest. No, I'm saying if that's in the game for to get third down. If not, we got to punt and lose the game.
In a way, you can put it low in a way where he can sit there and protect himself.
He's still gonna get rocked. Like he's gonna get rocked on that play no matter what. Honestly, like we might as well go for the catch. Hit him in the chest.
It's low. It hit him in the chest because he's like, I'm not gonna kill myself.
Okay.
Not for this. Not for a preseason.
No, right, not for a preseason. But he's simulating game, man. He just made the read, okay? But at
the same time, he catches it. He gets hurt. I'm still on Tua because that's a dead man's ball.
Anything else you'd like to say so I can bring on these other couple before I got to
go? You guys need to do better. I'm very disappointed in you guys right now. And this apparently that little foil hat that Nando is wearing probably has Tua rays going. Only Tua rays could penetrate. Yeah, Tua rays.
There for the Tua.
Yes, Tua on. Give it to me, Tua on. Yeah.
We got a 2-1-10 under there. That's the real secret of the hat.
Because clearly, that's.
I hope somebody makes that into a meme. What you just did. I pray that somebody clips that.
Because that's exactly what's going on here.
Do it one more time.
Yes, your arm is so amazing. Ooh.
No, that was Steven. Yeah. That was Steven. I'm a positive guy, but at least I know that Tua is not known for the arm showing.
Pocket presence is not a physical trait.
No, I know. That's why
something that comes over time.
And well, you said ability to command the offense. Also, that's also not a physical trait.
And his pocket presence was actually solid. So I'm going to go ahead and be gone now because I have my kids to go take care of. They probably thinking daddy's crazy yelling in the car. But again,
go with the kids, boss.
I would not be accepted.
I love you, Vonjo.
Take care.
Go with the kids, boss.
I love you, Vonjo. Vonjo.
I don't know, Steven. I don't know, Steven.
I love you.
I don't need you to be I don't need you to love me. I need you to love yourself first. Okay? Because what you're saying right now shows that you don't love yourself. You need to love yourself. Do better. Hey, give yourself a hug.
Can you tell the fans what they need to do? Tell the people what they need to do.
Guys, donate and subscribe. Even though he's talking blasphemy. He's the only Dolphin content creator we got right now. That in the morning. Either that or we'll be stuck watching ESPN.
I'm out. Whoa, that was not a good sign of that was a horrible endorsement. That is hands down the worst endorsement
because that's the level of your takes right now. That's all I can give you, Steven.
He's like,
guys, donate and subscribe.
I think you guys should donate and subscribe because he's it. That's all we got in the mornings. There's nobody else.
Exactly.
I'm so upset with that endorsement. I'm so upset. You're one of my good friends, and that's the endorsement I get.
I gotta go, Steven. I'm
mad at you. Good day to you, sir.
Good day. And be easy, boss.
That's the endorsement I get. How horrible of an endorsement, Rashad. That was like the worst endorsement ever, Rashad, wasn't it? Rashad, you're just can people. You know what? I guess nobody.
You're about to get a worse endorsement, man.
I was about to say, Rashad's about to say, well, he's literally on point with those.
Defund Steven.
It could have gotten worse, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, defund Steven. I get it. I understand. I got what you're saying.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego this morning? Like, what is going on with everyone? I knew it would be bad because of how good Skyler did, but this is out of control. Oh my goodness.
A ray of hope? Ray of hope in darkness?
I mean, like, he's so much better than Tua. He's more physically better and all. He has 2 touchdowns in 5 quarters versus third and fourth strings. Like, people relax. We've seen Tua make these passes. It's been done before. We've seen it last year when he came off of injury versus Baltimore. We've seen it his first year when he dropped the dime to Preston over the man-to-man corner under the safety. We've seen these plays been made before. Granted, Skyler does not look like a 7th-round pick. He looks pretty good. I give him third or second. People been saying because of the pandemic, his numbers were down. I can give you that, but I got him over Teddy. Yeah, I got him number 2. I would love to see what he looks like.
Nobody's arguing that. Like, I think everybody agrees he's QB2.
Right. I would love to keep him on the roster, and I think what Skyler gives us is the ability to give Tua that 5th-year option. And if we don't see Tua, we don't see nothing out of Tua for 5 years, what does Skyler look like in his 3rd year? Is he a starting quarterback? Is he just a backup? Or do we need to go somewhere after? Do we need to go somewhere else in 2024, 25?
I'm worried about this year. I'm not worried about any other year.
Yeah, I don't see Skyler going out there winning us a Super Bowl this year. I don't think he gives us the best chance.
Does Tua give us an opportunity to?
He gives us a better opportunity. I believe in Tua. I like Tua's decision making. I don't like this whole. I get what Vonjo saying. This offense is very vanilla, or it has been. Even with Skyler in there, it's been vanilla. The first quarter Saturday, I barely could watch it, but what I seen was like, we can't run the ball.
I even said that at the beginning of the show, bro. I said the beginning of the game was atrocious to watch. It really frustrated with me. As the game got going, I said, you know what? It looks, the last Teddy drive and all of Skyler's playing time, I noticed that the playbook just seemed like this is probably what we are going to be more than likely running with Tyreek and Jalen and those guys on the field. Like, that looks like the offense we'll be seeing, right?
Right.
I believe that the reason that, I just don't think, I think there's certain things that they want to work on, timing, certain plays that they're like, well, let's work on this while we can. And we also get 2 days of inter squad practices with 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s with the Eagles this week.
Right.
Like, I don't see Tua. I don't think any of the starters are going to play the preseason. Actually, I don't know about that because we have the week-long wait.
Yeah, a week off. Yeah.
So
I didn't know that either.
It is possible. I'm not sure what they're going to do for the 3rd preseason game now that I think about that, because normally I would have been like, well, they get 2 inter squad practices. We're not going to see the starters, but maybe we will. But again, we're not going to see anything that's going to give people like an opportunity to show people what the playbook's going to look like at the end of the day. In my opinion, and I understand people disagree with me with that. And people are like, well, why would they still put it on game? That your story, like Nicky was trying to give me earlier, Smoke was trying to give me earlier. He said, hey, look, well, it's going to be on the film with the 3rd and 4th strings. You don't think that Belichick's looking at those plays too? A majority of the coaching staff, what they're looking at is certain players, and they're looking at, okay, I'm going to look at the when the starters were in. They're not going to look at all 32 teams and all 4 quarters of 32 teams. So majority of the game film that will be watched from preseason will be specific players, and like I could see Ezukama plays obviously getting a lot of love, right?
That looks good. Oh my God.
He looks nice.
Yeah.
That was the steal.
I could see some of the defense like Cameron Good or those, but
Cameron Good looked kind of good too. I don't know, besides that one double tackle that got like 19 yards.
But the point I'm trying to make here, Rashad, is this. I think we're going to be fine. And as upset as I was after the first quarter, I calmed down and I realized, you know what, this is just preseason game. There, because what I try to do is when bad plays happen, I'm like, well, would that have happened if Tyreek and Jalen were on the field?
Right.
Would Tua maybe, go this way instead of that way? If Teron Armstead was there, would those have drives not done what happened with Larnell Coleman? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I tried to I'm not mad. I'm not upset with where the Dolphins are at.
I mean, everything. It was vanilla. Yes, it was.
It was very vanilla.
I looked at it as like this is our offense, but it felt like it was in slow motion. Like, granted, it's going to be faster with the receivers when they're in the game. That's not what I'm saying. I just felt like we will have a faster tempo. It would be schemed better to be like, all right, take this running back out, put this running back in, and snap the ball. Like, things of that nature. I don't see it like us taking it to the last second of the clock and snapping the ball. And yes, we're going to motion, but it'd be like motion this way and break it back real quick, hike the ball. Like, I don't see it as just like jogging while we're motioning and stuff like that. Like,
I hear you.
I feel the speed and the depth of our offense will be
all right
where we win.
Rashad, I don't mean to cut you off. I want to get a couple more people on here before I get out of here.
Yeah, do your thing.
I love you, brother, man. Be good.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. All right. Mark from Bill's Mafia has been waiting very patiently in the back.
And, well, I fully believe you have to take the Dolphin fans first.
There's some other Dolphin fans in here, but I know I got to get ready to go here soon. And so you have been waiting very patiently, and I wanted to bring you on.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to kind of spin. Well, first of all, I agree that Tua has to be the starting quarterback. Skyler's a nice developmental number 2 guy, and Teddy can go kick rocks. So let's take that. But I really have to question what went on Saturday night, because if you're not going to put your Pro Bowl left tackle out there, and you're not going to put your Pro Bowl wide receiver out there, and you're playing against the twos, I don't know if there's any real value of putting Tua out, because just for the confidence factor. Now, did Tua play bad? No, he was 6 for 8 for 58 yards. Should have been 7 for 8 if Gesicki had caught that pass. So he did his job. A lot of people are saying, well, look what Skyler did coming in, blah, 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 blah. Again, that's against 3rd and 4th string in both cases, because Tampa Bay played nobody the week before. So I think Skyler's the perfect developmental 2 quarterback. You develop him. You hope that Tua makes it for this year. And now you've got an $890,000 backup on a 4-year contract. That's a huge win for the Dolphins if he makes out. On the other hand, the areas that they're not spending money on is they're not doing anything with this offensive line, and I just don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the fixes coming? And then if the fixes do come, are they going to be too late to integrate into the first 4 games? Because to be honest with you, you guys have a 4-game season. If you go 0-4, let's just take worst case scenario. If the Dolphins go 0-4 and you lose 2 divisional games and 4 conference games, as far as the AFC is concerned, this year with the level of depth that these teams have, it's over. It's finished.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to, at worst, go 2-2.
And like I laugh at the people saying, "Start Skyler, start Skyler." Excuse me. Sorry to say, but you realize what Belichick does to new head coaches. God forbid what he's going to do to a rookie quarterback.
Just for the record, Tua is 3-0 against him.
I was about to say, there's one rookie QB who was able to defeat him.
And the other thing that I have concerns with, and it's bothering me, because as you spoke about it before, when Josh Allen had his first year and he completed 52.6% of his passes, got hurt, and everybody was like, yeah, and yes, the first year Buffalo fans, we should have taken Josh Rosen, we should have done this, we should have done that. People, support your quarterback. Let him develop. Let him, you've got a coach that you believe in. You got weapons that you believe in. You got a scheme that you believe in. So believe in your quarterback. If it doesn't work out, hey, it doesn't work out. Other quarterbacks have failed in the first round and you move on. But my God, this man has, I do feel that Tua has been shaken by everything that's happened to him in the duration of his time in Miami. He had no belief in from his head coach. He was talked down. He was pulled from games. This man has had his confidence shredded away. And now you've got the fan base that is like attacking him. And it's not going to help him. I'm not saying he's fragile as a person, but from everything that poor man's gone through, even to the point of like attacking his personal life, attacking his religious convictions, attacking his desire to keep his private life private. Leave the guy alone. Address the performance on the field, support your quarterback, and see what happens. That's all I got to say.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you coming on this morning, brother.
Appreciate that, boss man.
I don't disagree 100% with him. I just think if you're not, and I understand that Mark is very supportive. He says the Dolphins are his number 2 team, but if you're not a Dolphin, I as much as I hate it, I get it. Like it makes sense. And that's sad that I understand it. Like I don't want to, but I get why the fan base is so behind Skyler and anti-Tua. I understand it. I get it. They shouldn't be like that. No fan base should be. But it's the reality of the situation that we're in, and it's the reality of what we're in because the Miami Dolphins consistently put themselves in that situation on a year in, year out basis.
Forever.
And it just needs to change. Now, I can admit that I can admit that some of my optimism for Tua is a little bit. I just want to be very transparent. Is due to hope. I hope that he is good. I hope that he is the guy that turns this franchise around. I hope that we are a winning football team this year and make the playoffs and win a playoff game. I hope. But man, let me tell you something about hope. It is a killer if you fail. It hurts. And we all, as Miami Dolphin fans, had our hearts ripped out on many of occasions. And we all are sick and tired of being second tier, second rate. I don't want that no more. Now, I think that Tua is the best quarterback to put us in position to get us over the hump right now, today. There's no other free agent. There's no other trade. Draft is over. Support Tua. He's your quarterback. Support him. Now, there are some people that say, hey, look, Skyler's on the roster. Give the kid a chance. He's better than Tua. I totally disagree with that in every way, shape, or form. But I get why the hype is there. I understand that hype train. And, that's just the reality. What do you think, Nando? What do you think about what I said there?
I agree, man.
Agree or disagree?
Again, it's when Nicky was saying it earlier, like the fact that we even have to have this debate is concerning in itself. I get the hope. I get the reasons why people want to rally around Skyler. I disagree with them. But I understand it. I just think it's funny that we're kind of getting made fun. I was reading the chat. We're kind of getting made fun of for hoping for Tua.
That's a real thing, though. They can make fun of it. That's
fine.
Pure observation. That's a fact.
I'm just saying the reason why I always just spit back the other side's argument is because this is what it sounds like. Okay, so we're hoping that Skyler Thompson proves that he's more than a 7th rounder, and we're hoping 100%. That his preseason games turn into regular season magic, because it's all hope. Because until we see the regular season, everything we do is just hope. But I'm going to hope that the talent wins out, and I'm going to hope that QB1 is QB1 and he's ready to ball out, Steven. Feelings be damned. The only feelings we're talking about is our feelings, because I'm confident that all of our football players are football players and they're ready to go. Plus, there's Jonathan Martin. All of our guys are pretty tough.
Here's what I'm very confident in saying. The Dolphins will be 7-4 or 9-2 after the first 11, somewhere in between. I think the worst will be 7-4. The best will be 9-2 after the first 11. I'm very confident in saying that today. Very confident. and we'll be in the thick of it.
We'll be balling.
We will be. And if we lose the first 4, I pray that doesn't happen. But man, I don't think we are. There's no point even talking about it because I don't think we are.
2-2 would be concerning in itself.
I don't think it would be. I don't think 2-2 would be concerning. If we beat New England, and let's say we lost to Baltimore and Buffalo, and then beat Cincinnati, or we beat New England, beat Baltimore, and then lose the next 2 to Buffalo and Cincinnati, right? I think people will be like, all right, maybe we still haven't reached that hump yet. Let us go 3-1.
You don't think people will say Skyler Thompson could have gone 4-0?
No, I mean, I'm sure they will, but like that'll still be delusional. But what I will say to you is, let us beat either Cincinnati or Buffalo. If we beat Cincinnati or Buffalo and Buffalo, bro, let us go 4-0. Let us go 4-0.
For the record, Rashad agreed with this too, so it's fine. But
let us go 4-0, right?
Yeah.
You know, but I just think that Color wants to know said the only
that's what I was pointing to. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was the
Rashad also agreed with us, I think, but it's fine. We let up 5 Skyler people in a row. It's cool. Like, it was a good debate. I do think that I don't think we're aiming for 3-1 though after week 4. I think we'll be in much better hopes and much better spirits.
If we're 2-2, I can live with it. And if we go on to win our next 7, nobody's going to sit here and complain about 9-2. But people will say, let those 2 losses be Cincinnati and Buffalo. We're going to be like, well, we're not quite there yet, right? We haven't been over. We can't beat those 2 top tier teams in the AFC. But if we go 7, if we are 7-4. And we've dropped a couple of games, I think there'll be a chatter within the fan base, but we'll be right in the thick of the playoff hunt at that point. And you can always change in your season, right? So at that point, we then have the 2 West Coast games, the Christmas Day game against Green Bay, another game against Buffalo, another game against New England.
That's why I love the week 11 bye so much. It really gives 100%. Us a second half to reload and refocus if need be. I'm hoping we're all good to go in there. Again, it's that word hope. But that's my belief also. Whatever.
All right, guys. I know there's people in the back room. There's David, Irving, Mr. Polk, and KP. Some of you guys have been sitting back there for a minute. I got to get out of here, guys. I apologize. But I do want you guys to come on and be the first people on tomorrow. So Irving, Mr. Polk, KP, guys, come on early tomorrow. Make sure I get you guys on. Let's do final thought of the day, Nando.
Final thought of the day, just to wrap up the big debate and talk we've had. Preseason football has been preseason football. I'm just waiting for the regular season. I want to see what the real Dolphins team has in action. Skyler Thompson has had a fine and an awesome start to the preseason for his young career. Elevating to QB2, sure. Over Tua Tagovailoa, no. Skyler Thompson QB2, yes. QB1, still Tua. That's my thoughts. That's my beliefs. But I think the Dolphins are poised for a little better. I want to see better from the run game. I want to see more from the offensive line. I think the defense still looks sharp, and I'm hoping week 1 comes tomorrow, man. I want tomorrow to be September 11th, Steven. That's all I want. I want to bridge that gap and just be able to silence everything. Just get the proof in the pudding, see some actual football, man. I'm tired of just debating and talking about hope, honestly, also. As positive as I am, I want a real deal. I want football, Steven. Give it to me.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm very interested to see where we go with these 2 preseason practices. It'll be very interesting. Or inter squad practices, sorry. And then obviously I'm interested to know how he will run, who plays and who doesn't play this last preseason game because of the off week that's in between. I think that'll be interesting. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Couple things I want to point out to you guys. Tomorrow, I will have on in the morning for about 15 minutes, Daniel Oyefusi. The main topic will be just kind of go over what he knows and what he doesn't know about the 53, what, people might get cut. It'll be a short, usually we have him on for an hour. We'll have him on for about 15 minutes tomorrow in the morning. And then we'll do, we'll do mini panels. I won't do any big ones, but I'll have 4 or 5 people on at one time. And then obviously Wednesday's Wildin' Out Wednesday. But Tuesday night, tomorrow night, I want to remind y'all, big show. Dudley Do Wrong, Reason from Finside the NFL, TD Fins talking Daniel Oyefusi for a little over an hour. It will be a fun show because I think all of us have very different viewpoints of the team and how we view the team. So it'll be a lot of fun seeing that on Tuesday night. It'll be good. I think it'll be good. We'll see what happens because I know some of y'all like certain people, and I think so. I think it'll be good because
anyone thinks so.
Well, I mean, look, there's some people that don't like certain people. There's some people that love certain people, but I think that I wanted the opportunity to try to get everybody on.
Yeah, there's a taste for everyone. That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to get different viewpoints all in one place, and I think having Daniel Oyefusi there, and the reason I wanted him is because he watches the team on a day in, day out basis every single day as a beat reporter. And I want to see him and see how he views some of the viewpoints that we might have, and how we differ from each other too. Because there are things that Dudley looks at one way, and Reason looks at one way, and TD looks at one way. And so I think it's going to be a really good show tomorrow night. Swear jar won't be in effect. No timeouts. No kicking off. It'll be, if you want to donate, great. But I got them for an hour. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
No, it's gonna be epic, man. And you guys should definitely tune in. It's gonna be a fun time. Taste for everybody, whether you agree with or not with all of them. You should find someone at least you align with.
Yeah, and then you'll get to see them battle it out.
Yeah, that's the best part. Then you get to cheer for one side.
I'm sorry. All right, what do you got going on, Nando?
Not much. Just still be posting my videos regularly to Nando Talk. You can find me at YouTube or at Twitter at Nando Talk. That's my Twitter handle. YouTube is just Nando space Talk. I'll also be tonight on at 8 p.m. Miami Sports Fanatic Show. I'll be doing a little going live there as well. So that'll be fun times.
That's what I love about this community, by the way, too, right? Like, so you guys are on with me. You guys do the morning show once a week with me. Then Smoke is doing this stuff with TD in the evening once a week. You're doing stuff with Miami Sports Fanatic once a week. Plus, you guys have your that's why I love this community.
It's a great community to be a part of and just connect with, man. And like when I first started YouTube, that's one of the things you first told me, which is why I loved. And the fact that you hit me up to do this show is also awesome. But just the fact that there's that, that real fanness, you can just talk football with each other and just connect and vibe and just meet different fans through the chat. And just that's what I like about live, man. Like the people in this chat are always up and bumping. It's a good time, man. That's why I don't do live stream on my channel, because I get 10 people and it's not the same in interaction, man. I can get lost in the chat here sometimes, though. It's always a fun time.
The chat is its own world. I love the chat. It is definitely Lord of the Flies in there sometimes. There's no doubt about that in the chat.
Some good people in the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, huh?
Well, see, I see what you did there, Nando Talk. I see what you did there. Dude, I'm excited for the season. It should be a lot of fun. We'll have to see how it goes. Coming up Friday, it'll be Spread Kindness Friday. Cameron 954 from East 32 will be on. And I got to start getting ready for there's just so much stuff.
You always got a good crop of people coming on talking football, man. It's sick.
I appreciate it, man.
I'm excited for tomorrow, honestly, but Friday I'll tune in too.
Friday will be good. And then hopefully crazy, I believe podcast, Roach. You just said it. That's why I put it up there.
Let's go, Roach.
Let's go, Roach. Roach, I still love you, Roach. You're still the number one.
I believe
podcast.
Number
one Miami fan morning show. We love you, buddy. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Donate to the channel. Can you all donate? Just donate.
Just donate, bro.
Nando, what's your favorite number? 1 through 10?
3. Sorry.
Everybody donate $3 right now. Donate $3 to the channel. Let's go. See how many people donate. I love you, brother. Till the next time. Till next week.
Till next week, Steven. All love, man.
Be easy, man.
Always. Fins up.
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clap Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I'm your host, Stephen D, and this has been Clap Blockers.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fence for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds the gift. He knowing when to go with fit. So we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl, yeah, we in route. I don't know when, but it's close. I don't want to overhype, but I just know I like it. So excited, league gon' notice now. You should know the rise. They say Tua from that rock. Shout out to Samoa and now it's time to lay the smack down. You think he Dwayne Johnson? Time to be the people's champ. Hit him with the people's elbows, stick together like it's Velcro. You think you could stop us? Hell no, all day I dream about sports. I think I need some Checo, custom with some Dolphins colors, just to let them know we here. Yeah, I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fence for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
To a time, to a time. Really hope he the man. Hope we found us a gem. Like the Heat found Bam. Wanna take time to thank Fitz, cause he put on the show. But the young man up, in the whole city know. Time to catch all the blessings. Cash out on the investment. Ball out, don't choke. Fins want all the smoke. Chris Gregg gave hope. Coach flow like spoke. Dan Marino still a GOAT, but to a man on go. Watch to a man throw. Watch to a man scope. Watch to a man dish shoot that we never ever seen before. Fans up, let's win. Boy, I'm ready for a ring. Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. It's damn week, use 10.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column.